Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is 7:04 p.m. I'm going to call this meeting to order. It is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. This is a full meeting of the regular City Council here in Holyoke. We are being live streamed on Holyoke Public Access Channel on Zoom. This meeting is being recorded and it is being translated live into Spanish. The clerk will call the roll, and Madam Clerk.
Anderson Burgos.
Here.
Hartley.
Here.
Devine.
Here.
Givner.
Here.
Rainey.
Here.
Jordan.
Here.
McGrath Smith.
Here.
Murphy and Belletti.
Here.
Ocasio.
Here.
Israel Rivera. Jenny Rivera.
Here.
Sullivan.
Here.
Bacon.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
God bless America.
God bless Holyoke and our republic.
And the City Council.
So just before we call up our special guest this evening, I just, because we do have folks on Zoom and I don't want to forget, I would entertain a motion to take a roll call vote that for the purposes of this meeting would be applicable to all motions to receive, to refer items to committee, remove items from the table, place items on the table, package items together, comply with items, or suspend the rules unless there is an objection.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So, Councillor Sullivan, would you like to come up to the podium? And I would entertain a motion to suspend the rules if folks are open to that, so we can have a little presentation for our special guests. So the motion was made and seconded to suspend the rules and invite our representatives from the gas and electric in. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Councillor Sullivan.
So, thank you. A couple of weeks ago, I had the honor of representing Holyoke Gas and Electric in Boston. And, well, let's have Jim Lavelle, who we all know, Katie Sullivan Craven, and Steve Roy come on up to the podium also. Join me here. Representing Holyoke Gas and Electric at the Northeast Renewable Energy Coalition down in Boston, and they gave out numerous awards. But one of the awards was for the Utility Company of the Year, and it was narrowed down to 14 municipalities and one industry giant, EverSource, and Holyoke Gas and Electric was chosen as the recipient of this award.
Great.
This is what it looks like, and it says here, Massachusetts Clean Energy Week, Utility Company of the Year, awarded to Holyoke Gas and Electric.
Oh, very nice.
Now, the interesting thing was during this presentation, when it was announced Holyoke Gas and Electric had won the award, all the other 13 municipalities were there. One table with the EverSource people, 6 people from EverSource got up and left the room. So I think that speaks wonders for where the municipal electric utilities in this Commonwealth and how they're represented and how that's the support that they need. It was great because the Brockton mayor was there and he did some bragging about a former boxer who I will not mention, but had his first fight here in Holyoke. And our mayor loves to say how Holyoke punches above its weight, and he brought that up, that Rocky Marciano, I did mention his name, Rocky Marciano. And just like Rocky Marciano and Holyoke punches above its weight also, and so does Holyoke Gas and Electric, all right? And this, the green energy portfolio that Holyoke Gas and Electric puts forward is attracting new industries, new businesses, new jobs to the city, as well as addressing environmental concerns. And all of this is being done while providing the lowest rates in the Northeast. So Let's have a big hand for them, please. And in addition to that award, the governor, the lieutenant governor was also there and presented this proclamation on behalf of the Commonwealth to Holyoke Gas and Electric. On behalf of the residents of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation in recognition of being named the Utility Company of the Year by the Northeast Renewable Energy Coalition. We thank you for your impact on your community and wish you continued success. Signed, Maura T. Healy and Kimberly Driscoll, Lieutenant Governor.
Congratulations.
And now I'll put Jim on the spot to say a few words.
First of all, I'd like to thank the City Council for their ongoing support, not only with our renewable energy initiatives, but all things utility and HG&E. I want to recognize Kate Sullivan and Steve Roy here. Kate does a great job working with our economic development group here in Holyoke to get the word out about why people should be thinking of investing here in Holyoke. And Steve and his team run all the projects that are in the renewable energy realm and advanced technology, and they do a great job. So again, we're very great. Also, I want to thank Councilor Sullivan for attending the event and accepting the award on our behalf. So once again, we're very grateful for the support of the City Council. Thank you very much.
Before you all leave, we got one more thing we'd like to do here. Madam President, if I may, I'd like to call on Councilor Bartley and take item 51 out of order.
Yep. Counselor Bartley?
Yeah, I'd like to suspend our rules, Madam President, take as a package 51. It's an order I filed with Kevin, Lyndon, Howie, as well as communication, which is number 20, please.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take items 20 and 51 out of order to vote on this evening. Counselor, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor Bartley?
Yeah, okay, well, I don't know if you want to read 51, but the
Sure. I can do that first.
Okay.
So, item 51 is filed by Councilors Bartley, Jordan, Bacon, and Greenie, that the City Council go on record to support Holyoke Gas and Electric's resolution to the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs, receive and adopt, refer to State Delegation, Governor Healy, Secretary Tepper, see resolution as attached communication. And then item 20 is the attached communication. It's a resolution supporting local control of municipal utilities and local efforts to achieve Massachusetts low carbon emissions goals.
Thank you,
Councilor Bartley?
Yeah, thank you, Matt. My motion is just to receive and adopt the order and refer the order to the state delegation, the governor, and the aforementioned secretary as the order as well as the resolution.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to receive the order and adopt the resolution that is attached and send to the state delegation and the governor's office and the secretary. Would you like to do a roll call vote for a resolution?
Yeah, might as well. Why not? Makes it fun.
Okay. So the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting in favor of the councilor's order to adopt the resolution and send communication.
Counselor Devine, who did you pick to go first?
I'm sorry.
Did you pick?
I'm sorry, it's
did.
Counselor Sullivan,
Sullivan.
which is fitting.
Perfect.
You're already up here.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Greenie?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
Unanimous vote of the body.
All right. Very good.
Thank you, everyone. And of course, thank you to our friends at the Holyoke Gas and Electric. Lowest utility rates in all of New England.
Good seeing you guys. Take care, Kate. Good seeing you.
My icebreaker at parties and stuff.
All the best, Jim. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, take care. Good job, Mike.
Hey, you
Hey, Jimmy.
around front.
Okay. So we are gonna do, we have one person signed up in person for public comment, and we do have, oh, I apologize, we have two. And we have someone on Zoom, so please hold.
Turn the mic on, Bob.
So, if you're here in council chambers, please, the microphone should be on.
Yes, thing one.
There we go, perfect. And just state your name and address into the record, and I will be keeping track of time for you. So you have 2 minutes, and when you are halfway through, I'm gonna hold up a sign, and then when you're done, I'll hold that up, and I'll let you know that you're done. Does that sound good? All right. And same thing for our friends on Zoom, but I will have to probably interrupt you since you can't see my cool laminated signs. So, I have my timekeeper out, and we're gonna start 2 minutes. Just state your name and address for the record.
My name is Robert Zajac. I live at 39 Mount Tom Ave in the city. This past Sunday was a clear violation of the city's noise ordinance. Based on my interpretation, I should be able to live in peace and quiet. This afternoon, I tried to do just that, but Wyckoff Golf Course would not allow it. It became so annoying inside my house that I went over and talked to them at Wyckoff Golf Course to lower the volume of the band. But I was told it's a party. I tried to talk to the owner, but he stated he was allowed to do that. I do understand that he may have had a permit, but I don't believe he has the right to play music so loud that it interferes with my life. And this is not the first incident. This is a continuation. It's happened several times. Not where I've gone over, but this time here I had to. Thank you.
See you, Bob.
Thank you. Okay, up next on our list, I have Howard Graney, 351 Hillside Ave. I don't have anyone else. Oh, do you want me to do Zoom first? Okay. Oh, would you like to be in person then? So Jose Estrada is who I have on Zoom, so just as you know. Hold on, let me actually restart this. Hold on one second. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay, again, Jose Adastra. I live on Hillside Avenue. I've been in Holyoke since I was 3 years old. And I still am appalled that sometimes that you can have like a month like you did and then go back to voting for like celebratory orders of our local capitalists, Holyoke Gas and Electric. Like you didn't just embarrass yourself for months in a row posting white power adjacent nonsense online and then playing a victim in this room saying, I have a black nephew, or my niece is married to a Jamaican. Like, just because you have a black friend or relative doesn't mean that you know a singular piece of our reality or what we're going through. And it's embarrassing that you think it's appropriate to say something like that. And for somebody to have the police in here, I hope that you're paying them to be here, because I sure don't want to pay for your I don't want to pay for you to feel better because you're making yourself a victim after you posted about supporting ICE consistently, and that you posted about supporting a president that has dozens of accusations and proven allegations against him for raping minors with his friends casually for fun, doing drugs in their spare time. Okay, that they had to kill him in prison to stop him from talking. So it's embarrassing that you guys are supporting him, and now you're like, oh no, I'm in danger. I've been here my whole life. If I wanted to hurt you, it would have been done. Okay, that's not what I want. That's not what people want. I would like for you to stop being obstructions and stop pretending like you're some victim in a land where you can afford to consistently run for this office and we are suffering in
We're
poverty.
at time.
It's embarrassing.
Thank you. Okay, not seeing any others on social media. Sorry, guys, that was a little slip there. Not seeing anyone else on Zoom. I have Howard Graney, 351 Hillside Ave.
That's me. I'm speaking tonight as a resident, not as a city councilor. I just want to mention that there has been many things that have been posted on the internet about members of this board and this council about who they are and what they believe, vis-a-vis Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists and all that garbage. I just want to let the people out there, the population, know there is nobody on this body that has those beliefs, and that are lies, and the lies have been consistent for the last 3 or 4 months. And I'm one of the persons who's been lied about. I don't like it, I don't appreciate it, but I'm a big boy, I can handle it. But then again, there are other people in this community that are on this board that have families, that have children and grandchildren, and they're affected by it also. So I would beg, or I would ask those that are doing it to stop the rhetoric, and let's get together and let's make Holyoke function as it should function, a place where it's safe and it's a good place for all the people of Holyoke. And I say all the people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Or, thank you, Mr. Graney. Okay, so for tonight, I know we'll dive right into everything. We've got a long agenda. I know I'm not gonna not address the elephant in the room. We have a long agenda. I understand that things are, they are what they are and they're tense, but I also believe that we are all here to do the work. And so what I'm hoping we can do this evening is, instead of taking things out of order too much, like I obviously wanted to let Councilor Sullivan take oh, that was your time, Councilor Graney, by the way.
I don't need that much. Did what I said.
Thank you. So, other than that, I'm hoping we can just stick to the items on the agenda and move things forward. And I obviously there's things on here that can be packaged together, but I'm just hoping that we can follow the agenda and get through everything we need to. If it does look like we need to extend the meeting, I have faith in us that it's not going to get to that level, but if it does, I hope we can just come to a happy medium. And, you know, that being said, I'm going to do my best this evening, and I know we all will. So, with that, I haven't heard from anyone on 1 through 4. I think I haven't heard that anyone wants to take that off. Oh, actually 4. No, 3 and 4. My apologies. That was literally on my notes, Jeffrey, sorry. Councilor Jordan.
I don't know about 1, 2, and 3, but I recommend, Madam President, if 4 could stay on the table. There's also
That's right. Okay.
There's also a request for a legal opinion relative to item 4, or an item in item 4, that we'd like to have resolved.
Okay.
Thank you.
So definitely 4 on the table still, but did you
I'll
say?
make a motion to take up item 3.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded, I think. Did anyone second that? That's what I thought. Motion's been made and seconded to remove item 3, which is the minutes from the September 17th, 2025 meeting. Is there any discussion or corrections or anything on those? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And then we have obviously a lot of items laid on the table. I'm assuming we're keeping 5 on the table.
Correct.
I haven't heard otherwise.
Yep.
Okay. And then Councilor McGrath-Smith,
Motion to take 6 up off the table?
is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to take item 6 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So item 6, if it's okay with everyone, or unless, do you want me to read it fully? I will, if you would like. What does the body want?
I don't think it
Councilmember
makes sense to read it fully, only because the amended language is not necessarily in the order itself.
Okay,
So if you want to do abbreviated reading, that's more than fine. In the committee report, I can name what is being changed in each one.
okay. Is everyone okay with that? Okay. So I'll do an abbreviated version of this. Item 6 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred an order that the following charter change be adopted. Charter Section 39 recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor McGrath-Smith?
Thank you. So this is related to the compromise that we were working on towards the mass modernization bill to create the finance department. And this was one of the compromises that were struck in order to make everyone feel like they were getting a little bit of what they wanted, and they were making concessions to things that maybe others did not want, or that they did not want. So we're amending here effectively in our charter what gives the city solicitor their power. So in our charter, it basically names it as an unassailable right. So it says the city solicitor shall perform all legal services in which the city is interested and attend to all proceedings at law or in equity to which the city is a party and to all claims made to the city council. For these purposes, he shall have sole charge of all such matters and proceedings. He shall give in writing his legal opinion upon any of the municipal affairs of the city, upon the request of the mayor or city council, and in addition shall give his opinion upon the law relating to municipal affairs in any department, upon request made by the head of such department. We'd be amending that section of the charter to, the city solicitor shall perform those legal services in the city as the city council shall establish by ordinance. He or she shall give in writing their legal opinion upon any of the municipal affairs of the city upon the request of the mayor or city council, and in addition shall give his or her opinion upon the law relating to municipal affairs in any department upon request made by the head of such department. The main change here is changing a right that's established in charter to a set of roles and responsibilities that are set by council through ordinance. It is a significant change to our charter. The conversation as it occurred in charter and rules had to do with whether or not the city solicitor effectively operated as a judicial branch in the city, and thus needed to have a significant amount of independence and should be treated like a very different institution than other departments, or if it should in fact be treated like any other department, and thus should be set by ordinance like all other departments are set by council. It does allow the city council, if we make this change, to make changes to what our city solicitor can and cannot do. Of course, using our understanding of the rules around needing to do that through a significant 2/3 majority. So it was a conversation that I think was wide-ranging. We really discussed the purpose of it, the intent of it, the impact of it, and it is now here in council for folks to consider their opinions on such. I passed out of charter and rules unanimously to Linda Bacon and myself. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Reagan?
Thank you. I will just speak in favor of this change. I think it's bringing this department in line with the other departments. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Jordan?
Yeah, very briefly, also in favor of this change. One of the things that is also mindful of how this section has been used in the past is, one, we should allow this department to be, again, whatever its duties are, like every other department, should be set by ordinance. But what makes this one also unique and important to make the change is we've seen legal opinions in the past that essentially prohibit the city council from making any restrictions on the department by ordinance, because the same department that we seek to regulate makes its own legal opinions about what can and cannot be regulated. So therefore, we need to have this put into place, because absent this change, the city council has been precluded from creating rules relative to this department, because the department can simply override the city council through its legal opinions, any restrictions on its departmental duties. So that has been why this needed to be modernized. This is language from, a long, long time ago, and now its practical effect is to be brought in line with every other department. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Rivera? Oh, Councilor Graney? Go
On
ahead.
the question, please.
Oh, no, no.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can do that after.
No. So I guess for me, through through Madam President to the chair, just it's not a huge breakdown because I kind of understand it, but I think that for the person at home, I don't think they would fully understand what's being broken down and how much of a difference it is, right? I think that, I don't want to say the forefathers, but the people that wrote the rules, there was a little bit of intention to have the independence just in case there is too much power on the council. There's a reason for that, and my understanding, learning in history class back in the days, everyone is supposed to cancel everyone out. In a sense, it's sounding like we're canceling out that process. Is that correct?
Are you,
I'm through the chair to
Okay.
Madam President, to her.
sure.
My bad.
That's fine.
Is that correct? Am I doing it correctly?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I would say that different people on council probably have different answers to that question. There are folks who believe that the city solicitor should not have an independent power enshrined in the charter. They should be like a department, like any other department, and council should be able to name what they can and can't do. And then I think, I taught U.S. History 1 for 10 years. Like, sure. I think in the context of this compromise bill, I have to believe that the things that we're doing are important for me enough that it might be worthy to vote for it, knowing that we better hope council makes really good choices moving forward around not stripping that independence, because I think that there is something, right, to our U.S. Constitution, to everything else, that really does enshrine some independence of folks who are doing the city's legal work and creating legal opinions. And I do think, though, that there's been some go back and forth between this, the legal, the law department and council. And that's always been the case, right? But I think maybe has ramped up recently. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's a feeling that while the charter says that our law department really does answer all of the city's business, whether from a department head or council or the mayor, that while they do have independence because they are appointed by the mayor and they live in they're situated in the executive's office, that while they are meant to be independent, sometimes it may not feel that way to council, if that helps.
Thank you. So I just wanted to have a clearer understanding for myself. I'll be voting no, just because for me there is the intention of the independence within the department. And in the long term, we've seen the way the body has been over the last 20 to 30 years. And for me, it's important to make sure that there is some sort of independence that could keep things on. There's supposed to be conflict in between the three different departments. That's supposed to happen. And this is supposed to happen too. So, but for me, I'll be voting no. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Thank you. I have Councilor Sullivan and then Councilor Anderson Burgos.
Yeah, I just want to be clear for the public also, and I'm completely in favor of this ordinance change. We have a law department. The branches of government, the judiciary, the judiciary is not a law department. It's made up of judges, and then from the Supreme Court on down, district courts, superior courts, etc. So that's a clear difference that this is not the law department is not a branch of government. All right, it's the judiciary system would be, a court system would be.
Thank you. Councilor Anderson Burgos.
Thank you, Madam President. So yeah, I'm going to also vote no, and this is simply because of the 8 years that I've sat in City Council. I've seen quite a few things go back and forth in how the City Solicitor's Office has been treated. So I feel like this is almost like, you know what, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to vote no, and I know why I'm voting no. So thank you.
Okay, Counselor Bacon.
Just quickly, thanks. I would just note that there have been instances over time where our law department has not actually done all of the law work for all of the departments of the city. There are certain departments that have their own separate counsel. So I would just note that it hasn't actually been happening. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, on the motion to adopt the amendments to charter, the city charter, section 39, under the city solicitor. If you vote yes, you will obviously be voting in favor of the charter amendment. And I'm going to have the clerk call the roll.
And
Counselor Bacon,
just
yep.
one question, technical
Sure.
question.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't know. Does this need 7 votes or 9 votes to pass? I'm not sure.
For a charter change,
Yeah.
I believe it's 9.
9.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. You never know.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
No.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
No.
Givner,
No.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy and Belletti,
No.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
No.
Jenny Rivera,
No.
7 yeas, 6 nays.
Okay, with that, the order does not pass.
A motion to take item 7 off the table.
Second.
Item 7 is, please hold. Motion's been made and seconded to take item 7 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so 7 is, I don't need to abbreviate this too much. The Committee on Charter and Rules was referred in order that Charter Sections 19 and 34 be amended and elsewhere as appropriate to allow for all appointments to the Fire Commission and DPW Commission to be appointed by the mayor, subject to confirmation by the City Council. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. This is one of those orders that I think Councilor Jordan would refer to as a golden oldie.
That's right.
And it's apparently something that's come to council several times and been approved and sent to the mayor, where it has not, made it across the mayor's desk intact to go towards being a charter change. This is a document a change that would allow us to make the fire commission and the DPW commission commissioners able to be confirmed by city council. So it gives an additional check on the power of the mayor to appoint. And it is something that has been discussed, time and again. It came out of Charter and Rules with unanimous vote between myself and Councilor Bacon to be brought to the body for your consideration.
Thank you, Councilor. I have Councilor Devine.
Yes, I'm going to vote in favor of this, and this is something I could never figure out why the DPW and the Fire Commission were not like every other commission. It just made sense to do it this way, so I'm glad you did it.
Thank you. Councilor Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going to say this has been adopted by the City Council probably 3 or 4 times in the past, almost always unanimously. I think personally it also, just so people are aware, it gives these commissioners added protection because just so councilors are aware, when appointees are not confirmed by the City Council, they can be directly removed. Basically, they serve at the pleasure of the mayor. So it gives them an actual real term of office, and they don't just serve at the pleasure of the mayor. So that is, if they serve for 3 years on a particular commission and maybe make votes or take positions that, the mayor may not particularly like, they can't just be removed without our blessing of that. So it gives them a real term of office. That's one of the selling points, besides the obvious check and balance. So I just wanted to point that out historically. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, on the motion to adopt the changes from the order, item number 7 regarding the Fire Commission and DPW, the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt the charter change.
Bacon,
Oh, it's actually Sullivan.
Oh, sorry, Sullivan.
I almost got off the hook, huh? Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
No.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Graney?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
12 yeas, 1 nay.
Okay, with that, you have passed item 7, charter change.
Motion to take item 8 off the table?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to remove item 8 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item 8 is charter and rules, in order that section 14 of the Holyoke Charter, transaction by council on or members in behalf of city prohibited except in case of veterans aid, be amended using the attached language. Recommended that the order be referred to full council without recommendation. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. And this was discussed in the last meeting, but when it was clear that it was going beyond what was a simple conversation, we had a lot of other things to attend to. We tabled in the middle of it. So the committee report has been given. The committee report was that it was moved to this body without recommendation because we were divided. I had voted against it and initially, and Councilor Bacon was in support of it, which meant that it was moving in a 2-person subcommittee meeting here without a clear recommendation. And we felt it didn't make sense to keep it in committee. It made sense to move it here for a wider conversation amongst more people. And I know last time we had sort of left it where it was divided. There were different people who were thinking about wanting to send it back to committee or consider carving out certain classes of public employees that could in fact serve on council, and others who were very much in support of remaining with the current language of no employee of the city shall simultaneously serve on city council during their time of employment, being added to Charter Section 14. Thank you.
Thank you. I know that we did discuss this at a prior meeting, so I'm not really seeing any other hands raised for discussion. So on the motion, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion
Yep.
to approve the charter change as as in front of us.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the charter changes to section 14 of the Holyoke Charter, transaction by council members or members on behalf of city prohibited except for in case of veterans aid, as it's presented before us this evening. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt the charter changes in item 8.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
No.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Graney?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
No.
Murphy Ramboletti?
No.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
No.
Jenny Rivera?
No.
8 yeas, 5 nays.
Okay, so with that, the order does not pass. Item 9,
Motion to take item 9 off the table?
motion has been made and
Second.
seconded to take item 9 off the table. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, so item 9 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred an order that Section 22 of the Holyoke Charter, power as to laying out, etc., of streets, damages, ordinance, etc., involving expenditures in excess of $200, be amended using the attached language. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. This is my favorite section of the charter because it starts with laying out roads and ends with voting rules. So in this section of the charter, the change that is being recommended here is that we add in language to sort of clarify and put to bed the debate that happened earlier this year. I think this was the 18th, that meeting, around how many votes are required and in what order, when, by how many votes. And so the language here would amend it to say, any order, resolution, or vote involving the appropriation or expenditure of money to an amount which may exceed $200, which is the same, shall require for its adoption the passage of the following 2 votes. And this is where it diverges because now it's naming how the votes would be spelled out, makes it more clear. 1, motion to pass the first reading adopted by a majority of all of the members of the City Council. And 2, a motion to pass the second reading adopted by a majority of all of the members of the City Council on a roll call vote. Notwithstanding the preceding, if the motion to pass the first reading and the motion to pass the second reading occur within 3 days of each other, and the motion to pass the second reading shall require a 2/3 majority of all the members of the City Council to be adopted. Any ordinance involving the appropriation or expenditure of money shall require for its adoption the ordinance adhere to the procedures of Section 13 for the adoption of ordinances. Originally, that language had been recommended to be different, but was not recommended in our last meeting. So that refers to our current charter, not to something different there in Section 13. I just want to name the part of the conversation around where this came forward and why Councilor Bacon and I both voted for it to come to council for your adoption tonight, is that it makes it clear rules only work and they only function and serve us well if they're actually clear and we actually all follow them. That is the purpose of rules. They're supposed to help us to be functional, not be used in order to get what we want in the moment, but at the expense of the trust that we have to have in this room for how things go and how we're going to act with each other. One thing that I want to name that came out of it that made me feel better and certainly supported my yes vote on this is that there's nothing here that says that someone can't say as a motion, send to the Public Safety Committee and motion to pass the first reading. There's nothing that prevents someone from passing the first reading as they send it to committee. And then when it comes back from committee, it's second reading. I actually think that makes more sense. But I think that spelling it out here makes it clear. And I think most of us will start doing that. That when we're trying to move something to committee, we'll say motion to pass the first reading and send to X committee. And then makes clear it's only a 2/3 majority when you're trying to do that in the same meeting or within 3 days. So that is why I felt comfortable voting for it. Maybe that comforts you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you have a different desire for what you want that rule to be, right? But this is what we came up with in committee, and this is what we were submitting to you tonight for your recommendation.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Jordan?
Yeah, just want to agree with everything the chair just said there. She's spot on. The issue here is where I think we somehow went off the rails recently was that this first reading doesn't require a vote. If you read the current Section 22, it says votes, plural. But this just spells it out. There's a vote on the first reading and there's a vote on the second reading. Just like adopting an ordinance change, it's the same for these appropriations. So this just makes it crystal clear that first reading also requires a vote. Okay, and when these two votes occur within 3 days of each other, it's a 2/3 vote. And she's absolutely right. You could have the vote on one night before we send it to committee. Traditionally, the city council just sees the item on the agenda, sends it to committee, and then we come out and they do both readings on the same night. That's how it's always basically been. Nothing precludes us from doing that. But where it kind of went off the rails was just saying it appearing on the agenda was being called a first reading. And that's not consistent with what 22 says, in my opinion. This just makes no doubt that it just makes it extra crystal clear, 2 votes here. So this is really not a big change and has been the way it's been for 100 years. So just wanted to pass that along. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Devine?
Yeah, just a real quick question. McGrath Smith, you had said the city council, is that the full city council? What if somebody's absent?
Can I respond, Madam President?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can.
To Councilor Devine, through the president. So it also depends too on other votes that are taken on other charter changes that are here and that are coming next. Because one of the things that of course happened in ordinance this past year was it making, of those present, just for ordinances, and that is changed in later pieces that we're going to look at here. Not in this order, but this says of all the members of the city council, but that's also now in a number of places in other ones as well.
So is it all the members of the city council?
And this one, yes, it says 2/3 majority of all the members of the city council. And the same thing, majority of all the members of the city council. So just for clarity's purpose, it was trying to make it very clear.
Good. All set? Okay. Is anyone else? Okay, Councilor Jordan.
I had a question for the chair. In light of the fact that the revisions to Section 13 were defeated, I believe, 2 weeks ago, do we need to take out the last proposed sentence here just for housekeeping, which is that last sentence which says, any ordinance involving the appropriation or expenditure of money shall require for its adoption that the ordinance adhere to the procedures of Section 13 for the adoption of ordinances? Since we didn't end up making that other rule clarification, we might want to take that sentence out.
If I could,
Councilor
Do you
McGrath-Smith?
agree?
I don't think that we have to remove it because it still refers to a section of the charter that is in alignment with that, but I also don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
So for cleanliness, I certainly don't mind removing it.
Yeah, I'll make a friendly amendment to just delete that last sentence in the proposal, because that kind of went hand in hand with the other one.
I'll second that amendment.
Okay, so the motion's been made and seconded to remove the last sentence of the proposal. Any other discussion on that? Okay, so we'll vote first on that amendment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And then going back to the original order,
On the motion?
I was gonna say, I didn't think I saw anyone else, so, on the motion to adopt item 9 with the amendment, to remove
Second.
the last, line of the proposal. Motion's been made and seconded, thank you. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting, to adopt item 9 with the amendment.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath-Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
unanimous vote.
There we go.
Okay, with that, you have unanimously passed item 9. Item 10,
Yes, motion to take up item 10.
Second.
motion's been made to take item 10 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 10 is Charter and Rules, in order that Section 24 of the Charter, presentation of ordinances, orders, etc. to the mayor, approval, veto, passage over veto, be amended using the attached language. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath-Smith?
Thank you, Madam President. The committee here was cleaning up a number of things, and yes, what we were effectively doing was undoing a bit of the work that was done in ordinances here and reaffirming that it was all members of the city council across every place then where it was in the charter. So the only change in this section is just where it says in the middle of that amend to section that it's reconsideration of 2/3 of all the members of the city council. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Councilor Rivera?
So all the members of the city council, and I have to say, to me, still is not clear whether you're present or not. So, is that the intention?
Yes. So, I'm so sorry.
Councilor McGrath-Smith, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. So the intention here is to name all of the members of the city council versus, the members of the city council present, or the members, before it was just 2/3 of the city council. And because in ordinance, we had changed it to, for ordinances be of the members present, it was a way of just saying of all of the members of the city council, we thought made clear that it meant all of them. Unless there's language that you think is clearer.
Councilor Rivera?
Yeah, so we're saying if there's only 10 members present, right, it would be a vote of 13, even though there's 10 people present?
Yeah, it would still need 9. Sorry.
Yes, you're good.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Just for clarification, because that to me kind of, that throws the numbers off. It always throws off the dynamics when it comes to an actual vote. It's not to say that you're going to have 5 people absent, right? Or 6 people absent at one time. Hope not. But it throws off the numbers and it messes things up. To me, 2/3 is 2/3 of a number, not 2/3 of the set number of 13, right? It would be 2/3 of the people that are actually voting. If you're not voting, then technically you don't count as a person in that for me, in that factorization mathematical equation. But that's just my opinion. So for that, I'll be voting no.
Thank you. Counselor Greeny.
Yeah, Councilor Rivera's right. It's an editorial change. I would think it has to be spelled out before we vote yes on this.
Is there a perhaps friendly amendment to be made? I don't know. I'm just trying to facilitate here. Counselor Jordan?
I guess I'm at a loss for, this is when we're speaking about in the state statute, when we mean the whole body, or when we're talking about the charter, this is the way they say it, all the members. So it's 13 is all the members. That is the denominator. And the numerator is, if it's a majority, in this case, it's speaking about overriding a veto in this particular one, this section that we're amending, 24. So this one is saying, after such reconsideration, 2/3 of all the members of the council. So what that means is you would need 9 votes, 9 out of 13. The 13 is always constant because it's all the members. If otherwise, theoretically, if you had quorum of 7, 5-2 would be of just theoretically of those present could override a veto. But that's not what this is. This is saying all the members. Currently it reads, it doesn't say it either way. That's the tricky part. Right now it just says under current rules, it says 2/3 of the city council. So it's left ambiguous. So this actually is the clear up that, which is why the committee did this, and I recommended it as well, is all the members.
Counselor Greeny?
Hopefully that helps.
Through the chair, then the word present, all the members present is not involved here. It's just all the members, period.
That's right.
Right.
Which is
That's
unclear to me. Unclear to me. I don't understand. I don't know.
I'll let you guys, but I do have Counselor Bacon and then Counselor McGrath-Smith.
So I'll just try to chime in and see if I can make it make sense. So every single time we've ever overridden a mayoral veto, it has required at least 9 votes of the city council. This is simply codifying that because it has been brought up into question, is it the whole city council or the people sitting in the room? And the council is always 13 members. If you change it, theoretically, 7 votes could override a mayor's veto. I don't think the mayor would pass this on for home rule if we did that. I think the mayor would want it to be a high bar to override his veto, which this says it would be 9. But-
Okay, that helps. Thank you.
Okay.
I have Counselor McGrath-Smith and then, was that your hand? Okay, Counselor Rivera after that.
Thank you. I just want to state that I think the reason why it says all of the members instead of 9 out of 13 is because the goal of the charter is to make little changes to it. It's supposed to be a foundational document that stays constant and solid and stable. And you're not supposed to change it that often. You might change your ordinances, your city council rules, but not your charter. That's why it's such an involved process. And from here, now has to go to the mayor's desk and then go to our state legislative team and it has to go to the state legislature. Like it's an entire process. It's really complicated. So it's a high bar for us to make a charter change. And we may want to, at some point, if we changed how many people were on our city council, which has happened, it's predated me, but it's happened recently. When was the last time it was changed?
Since I've been on.
10 years ago, 15 years ago?
Maybe.
So I think the goal is to try to say no matter how many people are on council, it takes 2/3 of that number, rather than always have to update it in every single place that it appears in the charter if you change the composition of your council.
Thank you. Counselor Rivera?
Thank you. So thank you for that because that breaks it down. But I guess if we're saying 2/3 of the people on the council, right? Again, I go back to it. To me, it's 2/3 of the people that are going to be voting on the council, right? It's not necessarily, and again, with today's era where we have people on Zoom, we have people phoning in. It's a very hard chance that you're not going to get the amount of people that you need in the room. So to me, it's like I stress the fact that if we're all elected by the people and we all should have a chance to vote, if you're not in the presence to vote, then your vote shouldn't count against it, right? Like if for some reason you're in the hospital, if for some reason there's an emergency or something happens, your vote of you not being present, in a sense, for the people that voted for you, in a sense, right, is being counted against, no matter whichever way you want to spin it. If you're not present, again, we have Zoom, we have phone calls, we have all these other different avenues and places. But I guess I just want to put that out there and point it out, because to me, in government, that is always seemed like somewhat of a loophole for different situations to pop up. Somebody can't make it, somebody can't have certain things. That's where the votes are in favor for someone else or not someone else. For me, it makes more sense, right? And it allows for fair gamemanship in a sense if it's the people that are present and voting. But again, that's just my own opinion, and that's why I'm just stating it to say why I'm voting for it. My bad, I'm taking up so much time.
Thank you. Counselor Gibner?
Thank you, Madam President. I can understand the confusion, but in the amendment, it says 2/3 of all the members of the city council. So whether we say 2/3 of the entire body, 2/3 of all members of the city council, it seems very finite here. I think it's pretty clear. Thanks.
Okay, on the motion? The motion is to adopt item 10. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt the charter changes in section 24.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
No.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
No.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
No.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
No.
Jenny Rivera,
No.
8 yeas, 5 nays.
Okay, 8 yeas, 5 nays. With that, it does not pass. Item 11, I'd entertain a motion to take that off the table.
Yes, please.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to remove item 11 from the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 11 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, that section 41 of the Holyoke Charter be deleted. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. This is just because the city almoner has not existed as a role in our city for a really long time. So while we were already in the process of creating a home rule petition, it just made sense to also include it at this time in order to bring our charter up to our current city functions and roles. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor McGrath Smith. Anyone else? All right, seeing no other discussion on the motion to adopt item 11, which would delete section 41 of the charter, the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt item 11.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed item 11. Item
Motion to
12.
take item 12 off the table?
Motion has been made and seconded to remove item 12 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So 12 is Charter and Rules, in order that section 49 of the Holyoke Charter, transfers of appropriations, authorization of expenditures without appropriation, approval of bills, payrolls, and vouchers, fiscal year, be amended using the attached language. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. So this really comes in response to last year when we considered the state guidance that came that said that certain communities could decide to instead use an alternative process where in the last 2 months of the fiscal year, a majority could pass a financial transfer instead of 2/3. This was new language. It was a new process the state had developed in order to give, communities the option to make changes that were difficult to make right at the end of the fiscal year, and to move things more quickly. I remember this being presented at the Mass Municipal Association as something that was being offered to towns and cities to consider. And there were, in fact, different ways they looked at it, because they said if you had a charter before a certain date, this may not apply to you at all. If you are, in fact, this type of city with this kind of charter, then it does automatically apply to you, right? Like it categorized cities in different ways. We are an older city, right? We were incorporated right up there on the seal, since 1850. We've been around a long time. We have an older style of charter, which means that we predate in many ways a lot of state statutes. And so we were given the opportunity in many ways to adopt it if we wanted to, but not that we had to. And so what this does is say, no, we don't want to opt into that. We want to affirm that the rules apply all year and that we should be making sound financial decisions at all times of the year, and there shouldn't be a lower bar for 2 months of the year where something that couldn't get passed one day, the next day can, because we're in a different part of the year, and now we're going to make things easier to move, right? Potentially things that have less support from a city council. So this amendment says that no sum appropriated for a specific purpose shall be expended or transferred for any other purpose. And no expenditure shall be made, nor liabilities incurred by or in behalf of the city until an appropriation or a financial transfer has been voted by the city council. And then it specifies of 2/3 of all the members of the city council, and that the provisions of this section shall apply during all 12 months of the financial year. That last line is really the line here that makes that change. That makes clear that we don't want to opt into that additional state guidance, and that we want our rules to apply all year and not be potentially interpreted differently the last 2 months of the year, to allow a transfer to move through on a majority vote instead of 2/3. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Bacon and then Counselor Jordan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I strongly support this because my concern, if we were to adopt the state option, is that many things would be held up until the end of the year, and then there would be a flood of activity. And I think it would create a chaotic situation for the management of our finances. I think we're much better off if we maintain a consistent practice throughout the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Then I have Counselor Jordan and then Counselor Rivera.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. Couple of points I'd just like to reemphasize, and I've stated some of these in committee. Number one is Section 49, whether or not we amend this or not, still precludes us from changing our rules to have anything less than a 2/3 vote on financial transfers all 12 months of the year. This is just simply putting an exclamation point on that, okay, and to make it extra crystal clear that that is the case. Historically speaking, our charter was adopted, as you well know, 1896. Home Rule Amendment to the Massachusetts Constitution was passed in 1966. We're obviously a pre-HRA charter. I would also point out that under the Home Rule Amendment, there's Section 20, which automatically exempts the vast majority of communities in the state from this optional law anyways. So I would number one point that out. The statute itself says you may do this. So if you look back at the legal opinion that came relative, that kind of threw the pencils all in the air on this topic, is a optional law. It is not a preemption issue, because statutes don't say you may do something if there's Massachusetts statutory preemption. They say you shall do this. Our statute specifically in our charter, which is adopted by the Massachusetts General Court, requires this rule, and it doesn't say, oh, and by the way, you get May and June off. No, this is the rule, 12 months of the year. We would have to amend the charter to do something other than that. This just simply cleans up and makes it, without any question of doubt, what the rule is. To just add one more point to as an exclamation point, the DOR, at the time that the new statute was put into effect, I want to say it's approximately 2017, issued an illegal guidance and an advisory opinion to municipalities. And it says in section 3 of that advisory opinion that your charter governs over this optional law. Okay? Your charter governs. So that is not preemption by definition, crystal clear stated by the DOR. So whatever happens on this vote, it doesn't mean we go back to what that legal opinion says, because that is totally inconsistent with the long statutory guidance, our charter, and the DOR opinion on this topic. But I would encourage members to vote for this because it just makes it extra crystal clear. This section 49 applies all 12 months of the year. That's why it was filed, so that there's no ambiguity on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Rivera?
Thank you. So for me, the question was about the ambiguity and what is the intent of filing if there is already certain mechanisms in place that kind of would protect us from this law or optional law in the long term, right? And then the other piece is, I think we're already in a space where, or we have been for quite some time, where our finances are being done at the end of the year. It's not like we're doing them ahead of time. Like, we've been in that practice for almost 15 years now, probably more than that. It's not like it's something new. I'll probably vote in favor of it because it does make sense to kind of be crystal clear, but ultimately, I'm just trying to figure out what is the intent. Does this mean that moving forward, all our books and all our stuff will be closed off by the end of the year? I don't think that's going to be it. And if not, then what is the consequence, right? Because I'm feeling like we're just going to end up right. And I'm voting in favor of it because it makes sense. But if we're literally just writing a law just to write it and there's no actual consequence or anything that follows through with it, then what is the point? Thank you.
Okay. Councilor Greeny?
Yeah, if the law is optional, isn't the point moot?
Okay.
To begin with,
Thank you.
as far as I can see.
Councilor Jordan?
Well, the issue came up because of a recent legal opinion that said Section 49 does not apply, that this law from 2017 preempted our charter, which it most certainly does not. So therefore, that's when the cards went in the air, and we're cleaning that up to make crystal clear the DOR opinion says it doesn't, the long legislative history says it doesn't, and this, to Councilor Rivera's point, has nothing to do with the closing of the books. This only has to do with, that is already a legal requirement. That's a good point you're making. We do need to close the books by the end of the year. What this section is simply saying is, you want to make any transfers, the mayor wants to move money from this pot to this pot, it requires a 2/3 vote of the city council. The reason that is, and it's why the founding fathers of the city created it this way, is to put teeth behind the budget. The budget passes with a majority vote. You're supposed to be doing your homework. You're supposed to be putting a budget together that you've given some thought to. So if you don't put it together on a majority vote and thoughtful at the beginning of the year, they don't want you willy-nilly moving the money around during the year. They want this to be a real budget. So they said, if you're going to start moving the money around, you got to have a 2/3 vote to prohibit you from just willy-nilly moving money around, to have real budgeting. That was the purpose behind this charter section. And so that was why some of us were concerned about this watering down in the last 2 months to say just majority, because then it gets back to, are we going to do real budgeting where we're actually putting the money where it belongs, or are we going to just put it in and start moving the shells around later? So that was the purpose behind this charter umpteen years ago, and I'd like it to stay that way. And this would clean that up. So thank you,
you.
Madam President.
I've got Counselor Rivera and then Counselor Graney.
I'm sorry to belabor the point because I know we got a lot of stuff. It's just
Oh, good.
the thing is for me is like again the clarifying like the willy-nillying piece. Like we do that a lot too already. We do that. Like our police department does that. Our fire department does that. Everyone does that. So like what I'm trying to understand. What do we like? We do this and we're saying we want to do something that we don't. We're trying to do something we don't do, but we do. So I'm trying to understand where is the common sense approach then, right? Like, but thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Graney, and then we will vote.
My point was just that what the state law says is not definitive. That's all. I agree with what Councilor Jordan said, but the state law says it's not definitive. That's all.
Okay, thank you. All right, on the motion is to adopt item 12, and that is related to section 49 of the charter. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
No.
Graney, Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
12 yeas, 1 nay.
All right, with that, you have passed item 12.
Motion to take item 13 off the table.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to remove item 13 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 13 is Charter and Rules. An order that Section 53 of the Holyoke Charter, loans, bonds, and notes be amended using the attached language. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you. Again, this is in the realm of trying to make clear that we mean all members of the city council. The original language here says that loans cannot be incurred except when made to the mayor and city councils and passed by a 2/3 yea or nay vote. And that's all it says. It doesn't specify what that 2/3 yea or nay vote is. And so the only language that's added in here is a 2/3 yea or nay vote of all the members of the city council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Anyone else? All right, seeing no other discussion on the motion to adopt item 13, changing section 53 of the charter. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt the changes. The clerk will call the roll.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
No.
Jenny Rivera.
Yes.
12 yeas, 1 nay.
Okay, with that, you have passed 13.
Motion to take item 14 off the table.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to remove item 14 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item 14 is Charter and Rules, in order that the City of Holyoke create an administrative and finance department. Said acceptance shall be subject to implementation by city ordinance and any necessary amendments to the city charter. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. This and the companion order following this are both connected to the creation of the Finance Department. So the only change that happens here in this section of 27 of the Charter, and this has to do with the membership of who sits on the Soldiers Memorial Commission. Our Charter names the city treasurer because our Finance Department bill, the municipal modernization bill that we've been looking at, creates a combined treasurer collector. The language here changes it from city treasurer to treasurer collector. And so as a result, it's very much also in line with other things that will be coming after this in the agenda, or we'll look at the creation of that finance department. As in fact, all of these charter changes are related to the package that will be sent together as part of the home rule petition that's be signed by not only us, but the mayor, and then be sent to our state legislative team, alongside this change that we're trying to make around a finance department. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other, Councilor Jordan?
Do we have to now know what we're going to do with treasurer and all these other positions before we vote on this? Do we have enough information, is my point at this point, in order to act on this? One would think this may be cart in front of the horse.
Councilor McGrath Smith?
If I
If,
may,
I'm assuming that was for Councilor Gaspar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, go ahead.
if I may, my goal with all of these has been to vote on their face and move forward as we go through all of them. Anyone can, once we get to a certain point in the meeting, decide, actually, I want to vote to reconsider. I want to vote to table. These things can all happen at any point in the meeting based on how people vote on other pieces. A lot of these changes only work as a package. There's a lot here some folks are happy with, some folks are not. It only works if it's a compromise. So yes, it is all connected. And I just want to name too, because I've said it, but maybe not that explicitly, that all of these things require not just our sign off, but also the mayor. So this is something that we have to send as a package in order to move any of it forward. So I do think that that's important to understand. Thank you.
Thank you. I have Councilor Bacon.
Thank you. I think I had a different understanding of what we were doing with this now that I'm looking at the legal form, and I'd like to make a motion that we leave this, that we table this till we
Second.
deal with the other orders. Thank you.
Okay, motion's been made to table and seconded. I don't think we do other discussion, so. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? No?
Me.
I'm gonna have to do, I didn't wanna do it, but I mean, I think we should do a roll call vote, Madam Clerk, if you may. If you vote yes, you're voting to table. If you vote no, you're not voting to table.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
No.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
No.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
No.
Murphy and Bloody,
No?
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
No.
Jenny Rivera,
No.
7 yeas, 6 nays.
So to table, we need a majority. So that is tabled. Okay, and that brings us to 15.
Oh.
I'll entertain a motion to take it off the table.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to remove item 15 from the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so 15 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred in order that the City Council adopt the attached substitute municipal modernization ordinance. Ooh, excuse me. Recommended that the order be received. Councilor McGrath Smith.
This was initially a copy that was sent to us in order for us to have a conversation. And as such, we marked it as received. And that is all we could do with it as a committee.
Yep. Anyone else? On the motion to receive, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
A motion to take 16 off the table.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to remove 16 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So 16 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred in order with community support that the following section of our codes of ordinances and charter be updated to reflect use of email as sufficient for special meeting notice. Section 12, special meetings of the City Council. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you. This has already been brought back as a committee report and presented to council several months ago. It was very uncontroversial. It was designed with many people who came in and weighed in on it in the Charter and Rules meeting. And we crafted it in order to address the fact that currently, under open meeting law, everything has to be noticed. And so it was a way of saying that for special meetings, folks could instead be considered, a written notification could be considered an electronic delivery, right? So email or whatever that might look like in the future to all council members at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of the meeting. Members of the City Council may elect to alternatively receive all such notices by mail, if they prefer, hand delivery to their place of residence or to their City Hall desk by designating their preference to the clerk or the assistant to the City Council. So it gives folks lots of options if they want to avail themselves of them, but makes it standard that it would be email notification unless you request for a different delivery mechanism.
Is there any other discussion? Councilor Ocasio, thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, since I became city council, I asked for the agenda to be mailed to me. I've been having a lot of issues ever since, and include more now these past 2 months. My agendas are not being mailed on time. I don't receive them. So, first it was that my address, but my apartment number was wrong, which it was wrong. They were writing 15 instead of 1521. But even though they was writing just 15, all this time, a year and a half, I've been receiving my mail, the agenda. So sometimes I receive it when it's important meetings for certain counselors or whatever, and then sometimes I don't even receive them at all. So, like today, I did not receive my mail. So, I don't know where this, they're not following this, period. Because I'm not receiving my mail. I bring it to Jeffrey's attention. I brought it to Brianna's attention a few times, and I'm always stuck.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm coming here like in limbo. Because I don't want to, I know you guys email it, but I'm not going to, read through all those little letters. I prefer my agenda being mailed to me. I stated it the same first day that I became city council, and the rules are not being followed properly. And it seemed like it's just me.
So the agendas, I'm not sure exactly how this relates to this item, but I will just say that the agendas all go out on the same day. Jeffrey is diligent about sending items out well in advance or exactly meeting the deadline. Jeffrey cannot control the mail, and I understand. I'm not quite sure exactly but anyway, thank you. And I can connect to Jeffrey after, and we can just, if I need to contact the Postmaster General, I guess I can do that myself. But okay, thank you. Anyone else? Oh, I'm sorry, Councilor Anderson Burgos.
I'll be quick and brief, but I thought the clerk's office mails out the agenda. I was always under that assumption.
I think it's a team effort between Jeffrey and Brenna.
Oh, okay. Well,
She sends full council, and
Yeah.
Jeffrey sends the subcommittee. So.
Okay, thank you.
And they get stamped when they go out. So that is how you know that they go out at that time. But Councilor Greeny.
Yeah, just quickly, I agree with Councilor Ocasio that I prefer the hard copy to read.
Sure.
Because the emails, when you get
To be clear, this, for sure, this doesn't remove that.
change anything.
Correct.
This doesn't change
100%.
I understand that.
Yep. Okay.
On the motion.
On the motion, thank you so much. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt the charter changes listed in item 16.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Casio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 16. Let's see, item 17?
Motion to take item 17 off the table?
Motion's been made and seconded to take item 17 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 17 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred an order that charter changes related to the municipal modernization package be adopted. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. It was order is complied with because it was sent as a copy. This was something that we were using for the purposes of discussion, but was not something we could act upon.
Okay, anyone else? All right, on the motion that the order has been complied with, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to take item 18 off the table?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to remove 18 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 18 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred an order that Rule 8M please be amended as follows. Any ordinance, order, resolution, or vote involving I won't read the whole Rule 8. I will let the chair provide an update. Councilor McGrath-Smith. Oh, it's recommended that the order be adopted.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, or Madam President. So 18 is very much a companion order to what we previously voted on to change in our charter. This is just putting it in our rules, so it is also there, so that when we reach for our rules, it's within our grasp, easy to read. It lists, again, the votes and how we take them, same as what we just voted to put in section 22 in the charter. It passed through with Councilor Bacon and myself both recommending this to council for clarity.
Anyone else? Councilor Jordan.
Yeah, just the friendly thing, I think we're going to have to strike that last sentence there because we ended up not doing that. So friendly amendment on the any ordinance involving appropriation.
I'll second that amendment.
Yeah.
Motion has been made and seconded to, for an amendment to the ordinance that would strike out the last sentence proposed. On that motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then back to the original motion to adopt the amended language. This is a rule of our it's not a charter change. This is a rule, so 7 are needed, but we'll still do a roll. Councilor Bacon, did you have a question?
No, I just wanted to be sure. Is the sentence we're deleting the one that's the reference to section 22?
No.
No.
Section 13.
So it's the sentence that says, any ordinance involving the appropriation or expenditure of money shall require for its adoption that the ordinance adhere to the procedures of section 13 for the adoption of ordinances.
Okay.
The council ended up not making that change, so this
Oh, yes.
now will.
Gotcha. I'm with
This
you.
is going to mirror exactly what we just unanimously approved a few minutes ago.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. On the motion that the order be adopted, we'll still do a roll call vote. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt the rule change in 18.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney, Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath-Smith,
Yes.
Rusher and Valletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you've passed 18.
Motion to take item 19 off the table.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to take item 19 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item 19 is from Deb Brunel, our chief assessor, request to appoint, I'm gonna mess this up, Grant, I've practiced so hard,
Schlossstein.
Our Councilor Givner, our resident German, thank you. Appoint Grant Schlossstein to Board of Assessors. How'd I do? That was good? Okay. Councilor McGrath-Smith?
Thank you. So this is a letter that we received from Deborah Brunel, and just to make sure that it is, I think it's important to read it into the record so folks understand what's occurring here. It says, Dear Councilors, this is from September 24th. I'm writing to request that you appoint Grant Schlossstein to the Board of Assessors to fill the previously vacated seat of Anthony DeLude. Grant was hired in April after a long search to replace the previous assessor, Cheryl Hallway, who resigned in December. Grant is a real estate attorney and is a resident of the city of Holyoke. He brings a wealth of knowledge, experience, and professionalism to the assessor office. He has already taken a few of the required courses and will earn his designation as a Massachusetts accredited assessor within 2 years of his hire date. The appointment of Grant to the Board of Assessors would be beneficial to the office. I'm pushing for this to be done as soon as possible to avoid disruption of the tax rate setting. A situation has arisen that needs me to take a family medical leave of absence. My leave will begin October 27th. I will be out for a period of 8 to 12 weeks. I realize the timing of this is not ideal. This is not something I can put off. I'm doing everything I can in preparing for the upcoming tax rate setting season. I'm hoping to have approval on values and a levy before my departure. The tax classification hearing will be presented as previously scheduled for November 6th, with continuance to November 18th for the City Council to select a minimum residential factor. Please contact me if you need any information. I also want to name that when I reached out around this, the reason why it's really important for us to move tonight, and I hope that there's nothing that prevents us from doing so, to place Grant Schlosstein on the Board of Assessors, is because it takes 2 of the 3 votes to move anything forward. They can't bring anything to us if there aren't 3 members. And so it's going to be really important for us to replace this person so that we actually have the capacity to move this process along. And I think folks may want to discuss their concerns about this because it is not ideal timing for a number of reasons, because of the DLS letters that we can talk about later in the agenda, because of the fact that the tax classification hearing season is upon us. And I know that a lot of pre-work was done after reaching out around this, knowing this was coming, but still, it's not ideal timing, and I hope that we can do what we need to do in order to make sure the Board of Assessors has the personnel that they need in order to move this support forward. Thank you.
Motion to appoint.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to appoint. Under discussion, Councilor Rivera.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna vote for it. I just wish that if Grant has been working with us since December of last year, that they would have brought him forward and introduced, like if we were able to get to know who this person is, what they're about, ask questions. Normally that's what we would do. An assessor's position is a very important position within the city. They set important numbers for the city. So to me, it's just I'm going to vote on it because obviously the emergency situation we're in, but I'm taking an uneducated vote right now because of that. So I kind of wish that we could have streamlined this a little better. And this kind of goes back to the process of how we do things around here. And I'm just trying to make sure that we can do things in a way that's more efficient in the future. But they're going to get my vote.
If I may, I'd like to amend my motion to approve the appointment, but also ask that the individual come into Public Service Committee to meet with the committee.
So do you want to approve but
Approve the
refer?
appointment, but request that the appointees still come to Public Service.
The only reason why I asked that is because we just need to have some kind of a motion referred to committee in order for it to be taken up in the Public Service Committee. So do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, so I'm making a motion to approve the appointment, and I'm also making a motion to send the appointment to Public Service Committee to meet with the new appointee.
Okay. Thank you.
Second.
There's a second. Under discussion, Councilor Jordan.
Friendly suggestion, maybe we send the letter to Public Service so that they can use that to invite Grant in and get to know him better, because Councilor Rivera is 100% correct.
Yep.
One friendly suggestion, I think vacancies in any city office, we actually have to make a motion to go to the first ballot.
That's what that was gonna be my next question for the clerk,
Yeah, because this isn't a nomination from the mayor or
Right,
something.
this is like one of those ones we appoint
Exactly,
in that first
yeah.
meeting.
Yep, so I'll make that motion and we go to the first ballot when you're ready, Madam President.
I don't see it. Councilor Graney?
Bottom line is we need this guy on board, so.
Yep.
Whatever we
And
got
I'll
to do, let's
second
streamline it.
The motion on the
Sounds
first
good.
ballot.
So the motion was made to go to the first ballot for the Board of Assessors position to appoint, to fill the vacancy of Anthony DeLude.
Yeah.
And there was a second. I'm not seeing any other. Councilor Jordan?
Just that maybe later the clerk's office could tell us when the term we're appointing them from when to when? How much time is left on Anthony? Do we know when that ends?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, that would be
That'd be
we
great.
could just get that in the minutes so we keep on track that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so the motion was to go to the first ballot to fill the Board of Assessors vacancy. The clerk will call the roll, or no, the clerk will call the roll and you can state who your vote is for.
Okay. I was looking up this term, but it looks wrong in here, so I'll have to look into it
Yeah.
tomorrow. Sullivan,
Grant Schlostein.
Bacon,
Grant Schlostein.
Anderson Burgos,
I'm gonna try. Grant Schlossstein. I can't, I'm so sorry. I
Coco's.
can't.
Farley.
Grant Fulstein.
Divine,
Grant Slowstein.
Givner,
Can I not vote on this?
So you gotta take a vote.
There's no one else to vote for.
I understand. That's a great question that I don't, I mean, I guess you can
vote for someone else.
You can vote.
I don't have anyone else. Well, Grant Schlossstein it is.
Okay.
Rainey?
Sorry, there we go.
Grant Schlossstein.
Jordan,
Grant Schlossstein.
McGrath Smith,
Grant Schlossstein.
Murphy and Bloody,
Grant/sign.
Ocasio,
Grant, I can't pronounce the name, sorry.
Israel Rivera,
Mr. Schlossting. I don't know.
Jenny Rivera,
Grant S.
Grant Slowstein appointed on the first ballot.
Okay, with that, you've appointed and filled the vacancy. I recognize it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Councilor Bacon?
So I'll renew my motion
Thank
to
you.
refer the appointment letter to Public Service Committee so that they can set up a meeting with the new appointee.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to refer item 19 to the Public Service Committee and invite our new appointee in for an interview. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Motion to take item 21 off the table.
Madam President,
Second.
Yeah, Councilor.
can I up?
Can we package them?
Yeah, can we package 21 through 57 to take them off the table?
Just take them off the table?
Yes.
21 through 57?
Yes.
That's basically
Things that.
everything that's laid
the
on the
last- yeah.
table. That'll allow us,
Oh.
I'll still go through each one, but instead of having to do two votes every time.
Yep.
Thank you, Councilor Givner. The motion was made and seconded to suspend the rules and take items, we already did 20.
Yep.
So 21 through
57.
57 and just take them off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Like I said, I'll still read them as we go through. And then, Councilor Bacon, did you want to take?
I was just going to offer that we package items 21, 22, 23. Those can be packaged.
Okay. So the motion has been made to suspend the rules and package items 21, 22, 23. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right. And that was to just take them as a package, and was that receive?
A motion to receive.
Motion's been made and seconded to receive. All those in favor? Oh, wait, let me just read them. I apologize. 21 is the minutes from the City of Holyoke Health Benefit Meeting of September 8th. 22 is from the Board of Fire Commissioners, the minutes from August 20th, 2025. 23 is the notice of community outreach.
I would make a motion to receive 21 and 22 and send 23 to ordinance.
Okay. Is there a second?
I have one amendment.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
If I
Councilor
may.
Jordan.
I'd like to send item number 21 to the Finance Committee. There's the broker update. I would encourage everyone to read. There's some very interesting statements in these minutes that the Finance Committee should investigate.
Okay, so we'll send 21 to Finance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, and then we'll receive 22.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then Councilor Bacon, you said, send 23 to ordinance. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Motion to take up item 24.
Motion to take item 24.
Second.
Seconded, I'll just read it. Petition from residents of Ward 1 concerns regarding crosswalk at Chestnut and Lyman Streets.
Motion to send to public safety.
Motion's been made and seconded to send to public safety. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Oh, was that a hand?
No, it wasn't in the post. I wasn't in
Okay.
the post. I just had a question, but it's okay.
Okay. All right, then we're moving to 25 is,
Entertain a motion to take up item 25.
yeah. So the motion was made and seconded to take item 25, which is the Committee on Ordinance, to whom was referred an order that City Council adopt the attached substitute municipal modernization ordinance. Recommended that the order be adopted. So we've already taken this off the table, so now we're gonna do
Yes.
the regular. So Councilor Rivera.
Yes, so we've taken this up many times, and we've kind of had several different meetings over the last, I want to say, 6 to 8 months regarding this particular municipal modernization ordinance. There was an original document that was then edited and had some edits made by other councilors, which then created the substitute document. And then at the last ordinance meeting, myself and the councilors that were at the committee, that were present that day, we were able to go through the document and make different edits. I'm sure Councilor Bartley might want to speak a little more on it because a lot of the edits came from him. But we worked together on making this happen. It did pass 3-2. It wasn't a full confident vote between the whole committee, but it's still passed. We can agree to disagree at times. So now we're here to vote on the particular municipal modernization ordinance. And I would say that it is important for us to take a step in a direction that will help with whatever we decide. We got to kind of like work on quelling the concern of the public. I think there is a lot of concern around the public, no matter what side they stand on or whomever they support, regarding our fiscal finances in the city. For some, it's been a concern for a long time. For others, because it's a clickbait situation and it's election season right now, it's a prominent concern for them at the moment. So whether this passes tonight or not, I would urge the council to come together and to figure out what would be the best approach to modernize our finances. Just the treasurer alone, if we decide to do that, that would be great, but that will not solve the situation. As stated before, this has been happening for quite some time, and I think that just one person coming in to fix it, quote unquote, fix everything, that is not an actual practical solution. But again, on the vote or on the motion, if that's the case. But if there's anyone that has any comments or want to add more to it, feel free to do so. I know that this has been a topic that's been talked about everywhere. So whatever is the will of the body at the moment.
Okay, Councilor Jordan.
Yeah, very briefly, at this point, I'm of the opinion that we need to adopt the appointed treasurer ordinance. That was what was the public voted in January. We should adopt that. We should immediately, since we're not going to have a treasurer in February, we should immediately adopt that, get to work on appointing a high qualified treasurer, and then we can continue to have more discussion about all these other array of changes and edits over the remainder of this term and in the beginning of the new term, for those of us that have the privilege to serve in the next term. So that I think is the most immediate on the ground impact that, in my opinion, we can have. So that will be my recommendation at this time, and this continues to need continued additional discussion. But we need a highly competent appointed treasurer immediately, and that is what the public voted on back in January. Thank you.
Okay, I have Councilor Givner. Councilor Bacon, did I see your hand? No.
You might, but I haven't yet.
Okay. I think that was from the last round. So I have Givner, and then I see Councilor Rivera's hand again.
Thank you, Madam President. So for item 25, since it was recommended that this order be adopted, I fully support this. I think that the the issued, warnings or formal letters from DLS from 2007, 2015, 2020, 2023, all say we need to modernize our finances. During all those times, we had a treasurer. During most of those times, we had a highly qualified treasurer. So I think we know that it's too much work for just the one highly qualified treasurer. I don't disagree. The voters voted for treasurer. We need a treasurer. It's understood. But we also need to modernize our finances. So I couldn't agree with Councilor Rivera Moore in saying that whatever we do, it needs to involve doing more than just the same old, which is let's get another qualified treasurer and hope for the best. So I do support this. The committee supported this. There were long discussions about this. And I think it's one of the many things that need to move forward, including getting a qualified treasurer. Thanks.
Okay, I have Councilor Rivera for a second time, but I just want to check before that if anyone else who hasn't spoken. Okay.
You can put.
Oh, Councilor Bacon, do you want to go
I'll
now?
wait till
Okay.
Councilor Rivera.
Councilor Rivera and then Councilor Bacon.
Thank you, Madam President. Just to be clear, right, the municipal modernization ordinance does not prevent a treasurer. Just to be clear, like that still is going to happen, and that can still happen immediately. Technically, and I know we say that, well, not we, but there are people saying that there is no proof that it's efficient, right? But we're kind of combining a treasurer collector position in a situation where technically it's needed. We need more people to come in and help out, and if we're combining and we're making the process more efficient and more smoother in the future, strategically planning it out in a way where we can bring on more staff to help out those departments. And again, it's not about growing the deep state that people want to talk about all the time. Like, that's great, awesome, great analogies. I'm glad people are reading up. Awesome. But the reality is that our finances are not in order, and it's not just today. It's not been just these last 2, 3, 4 years. This has been happening for a long time, and whomever is the treasurer, you can be the most qualified treasurer. First of all, we're not going to get the most qualified treasurer because we're not going to pay them. That's the first piece, right? We're going to want to pay them like $95,000 to $100,000 a year, maybe 110 if we're lucky. You're not going to get a treasurer at that point. They want 150, they want 170. And benefits. So just so you know, we're not going to get a top qualified treasurer. First piece. Second piece, it's going to take 6 to 8 months to even get someone in, because we still don't have an engineer, we still don't have a DPW director, we still don't have a lot of other departments that are struggling to fill in positions. So for me, it's about strategically planning how we're going to build out this finance department. If we want to start with a treasurer or a treasurer collector, I'm in agreement. I'm not against that. But the Modernization Act maps it all out. It's not just about one particular individual position that's going to save everything. So that I urge councilors to think about the long-term process of what it takes to build out something strategically, right? Instead of just try to put a Band-Aid on something that's happening in the moment. We've been doing that for quite some time in this city, and it's not fair to the residents that pay taxes. And if we're going to say that we're protecting the taxpayer, right, we got to strategically think about how we're going to spend their money in the future. That's just all I'll say. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Bacon.
Thank you. So, being in the minority on the vote, I'll give a minority report. We know the treasurer's office is in disarray, and we know a year ago, almost, the citizens voted to appoint a qualified treasurer. In February, we had draft ordinance language to do exactly that. If we had put a qualified person into the position, then we could be talking about potentially consolidating 2 positions. But I said this last night at the forum, it's not a good business practice to combine 2 positions when one position's functioning well and the other department is in complete disarray. We need to get the qualified person into that office. Nobody thinks it's going to be a magical fix. We also have the consultant on board, as the mayor described it, as the quarterback relative to getting some of the other work done. And he shared some of that with us. So I think we need to walk before we run, and I think appointing the treasurer is doing that, and that we can still consider other structural changes once we do the first thing first. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Graney, and then Councilor McGrath-Smith, and then Councilor Jordan.
Once again, I watched the finance meeting. I thought that we were going to bring in Mr. Plant to help us straighten out temporarily, as we say, until we can make a final decision as to what the financial structure of the city should be.
Okay, thank you. Councilor McGrath-Smith, and then Councilor Jordan.
Thank you, Madam President. I have a few pieces here that I want to respond to that different folks have brought up. I think I would start with, I'm a believer in process and a believer in compromise, and I have not seen eye to eye in everything that we have discussed over the last 6 months on this, but I have found my way to places where I felt like I could compromise, or agree with someone, or to move things forward. And I would hope that that would be a value that this body would share. But it does take today some folks being willing to also meet me in the middle. I don't agree with everything, all the charter changes that we agreed with tonight. There are ones I would prefer not to have move forward. There are pieces in this that we really went line by line with so many folks and so many hearings. This document represents the work of a lot of different people through a lot of different conversations, and I think it is a good step forward. I agree that it's a lot, but I don't agree that there's any department right now that is that functional. I think that there are problems across the board. And right now, when books don't get closed, things don't get done or reconciled, people can, with credibility, point fingers to somebody else and say, it's not me. It's somebody else. It's very unclear to me, as a counselor in this room, exactly where the issues are, and that should not be the case. That means that things are not clear, they're not transparent, and government should be transparent. These are the dollars, the hard-earned dollars of our taxpayers. And we should be making sure that that money is flowing through a government that is functional. And right now, ours is not. I realize this is asking for a lot of changes and a lot of new things, roles that have never existed, responsibilities that have never been, assigned to one person versus another. But the reality is that it would allow us to try something new in a new way, because of what we are doing right now is not working. I totally agree with what Councilor Givener said. We've had highly qualified treasurers before. That is not the one thing that's going to fix this. I strongly believe that. I would not argue for this otherwise. I'm very concerned about the status of our city's financial health and our ability to maintain independence from a financial control board. And I know that some folks think that's not going to happen. I'm not willing to take that risk. I think that our citizens ask us in this room to make sure that we are functioning so well that they have representation through us, rather than a potential state board coming in. My last thought is just around timeline. If we don't move this forward, and instead need to return to the drawing board a little bit, we are coming up on real issues on time with getting this to our state legislative team to move forward through a home rule petition, which is still required for this to occur. Just because the voters voted for it, that still has to go through the home rule petition process. Just want to name that for the record. Thank you.
Thank you. I have Councilor Jordan.
Thank you. To my knowledge, the treasurer law that was adopted is the law. The public, my understanding is the legislature passed it subject to an approval of the voters of Holyoke. And to my knowledge, the voters approved it in January, so therefore it is the law of Holyoke. And it's to be enacted by February. So we do need to do that immediately. The other thing I want to see is, first of all, before we get into far afield on all of this sundry of changes, we need to walk before we run. We need to make sure that we get a highly qualified treasurer in here immediately. We need to get this thing posted. We need to make sure that this person has the qualifications that we have and that this person can restore the confidence of the people of Holyoke. First of all, 3 years ago, a decision was made to bring in a person who's a nice person. Totally 1,000% unqualified. No education, no experience, totally unqualified. All of this was discussed 3 years ago about, from some of us, that was a huge mistake, especially knowing the needs of that office, okay? I want to see, what does this process now look like for the appointed treasurer? Do we make the same mistake again? We need to start inspiring some confidence around these appointments before we start creating all these other new positions like CAFO and all these other things, because we don't have a pretty good track record yet around here about hiring qualified people. And that gets us in a lot of trouble. I want to also dispel this other myth that's out there that everything's been screwed up for 20 years and everything now is just as equally screwed up as it always has been for 20 years. That is just totally not true. We have not, as a city, not 3 years in a row had unreconciled cash. Year over year, no free cash. Multiple times suspensions of our local aid payment. Systematically now, even at the beginning of the fiscal year, local aid payments suspended. Lost bond rating now since June of 2024. We've never had that in Holyoke. Yeah, by all estimations, we've seen that there has been issues in the treasurer's office from time to time, but nothing like total systemic implosion that we have today. We need to bring in a highly competent person. That is what the public voted for, and we need to do that. Then the beauty of that is we get that piece of the puzzle put in place, and we bring in, with the mayor's request, this $137,000, the TJ Plant CAFO, basically what he's calling the CAFO, but as a consultant, not in the ordinances. We have those working in tandem with each other. So effectively, you're getting your CAFO if we approve those consulting dollars to do that work. This highly qualified treasurer, coupled with the TJ Plant and their services, coupled with, I am advocating in favor of the state doing the reconciliations. Okay, you know, the one that we've already told them we won't get it done ourselves by December 1st. Or they're going to bring in their people. We should let them bring in their people and do these independent reconciliations right away and get going on that. And then TJ's team can also help them to make sure they're getting what they need. That is the turnaround plan to get these reconciliations complete, these audits complete. So all these things work in concert. And meanwhile, we will get some takeaways and some more knowledge once we have the benefit of all these audit reports and reconciliations, and build this thing over the next 6, 8, 9 months or whatever this is going to take to immediately turn this thing around. So hopefully we can do it sooner than that. But we need to get this thing squared away. The state, in my opinion, based on what I'm hearing, is not looking for a takeover. I think that was articulated in their letters and the takeaway from the news reports. What they're looking for is to actually follow through on our promises that we're going to do this work. And we've said to them that we are doing this work. There's been news reports out there that claim it'll be done at the end of the month, and it's never done at the end of the month. And all of these things that are out there, they're just saying enough of that. We're going to bring in people. It's going to get done. And when it's done, it's done. So that's why I'm really of the mindset, let's get a strong treasurer in here, highly qualified, and if we need, we're going to have to pay what the market demands that they be paid. And that would be the same case if we end up going on to CAFO. There's some pretty big salaries being mentioned for that position as well. So this is really, in my opinion, the turnaround plan. It's the TJ Plant piece, it's the highly qualified elected treasurer, it's the state doing in their firm with the reconciliation, someone they have confidence in. It's all those pieces together get us to a solution. Thank you.
Thanks. So I have Councilor Rivera and Councilor McGrath-Smith, but Councilor Devine actually has her hand up for the first time. So I'd like to allow, and Councilor Sullivan does as well. And if there's others who have not spoken yet, I would also offer you that opportunity. And I'm also just, going to remind people to just, do what you can to keep it
Thank you.
reasonable. Councilor Devine.
Councilor Jordan, I think you said elected treasurer. And
I must have meant appointed. I
yeah,
apologize.
but you did say elected, so I just wanted to
Thank you.
clarify
Appointed.
that.
Thank you.
We've got to get this CAFO position in place, whether it's getting a new treasurer, and I don't know how long that's going to take, but the treasurer that we have now is done in February, so I don't think we can have two treasurers, in the same space. But nonetheless, I do think we need to stop holding up the CAFO. Thank you.
Thank you. Then I have Councilor Sullivan.
Yeah, thanks. I don't see us, right now, I see us holding up the treasurer. This has been before us for a while now. At our Finance Committee meeting, I asked the question directly of TJ Plant. The salary range to get a person with the right qualifications will be between $120,000 and $150,000. Also, what's wrong now, why things aren't functioning, isn't the lack of a CAFO. It's stated right in the letter from DOR. It's a continued lack of basic accounting. Basic accounting, accounting 101. Debits on the left, credits on the right. There's piles of stuff that's not processed. So that's where the problems lie, the here and now. As far as the Modernization Act and the CAFO, I'm all for it. I'd prefer it was called a CFO, but that's minor. But I would like to have a treasurer, a qualified treasurer in place to weigh in on this kind of a change before we do it.
Thank you. Okay, I have Councilor Rivera and then Councilor McGrath-Smith for a second time.
Thank you. First of all, I feel like we're kind of saying the same thing, but in different terminology, right? The difference is that with the Modernization Act, there's an actual plan laid out, whereas with the treasurer, we're hoping that something will happen, right? We'll say that the treasurer goes first, and then maybe we'll do this, and then maybe we'll do that, and maybe they can help us lay this out, maybe they can help us do that, and then maybe they can help us do this. With the DLS letter, I'm glad Councilor Sullivan pointed it out, the continued lack of basic accounting, right? They sent us a letter in 2007, they sent us a letter in 2020, continued lack of basic accounting. It's not just today, again, to refer back. They've been saying this for a long time. And what it is the mechanisms and the controls in place have not been fixed. As Councilor McGrath-Smith has stated, we put someone in there, that's cool. They could be the most qualified person. There are still mechanisms in place that still allow people to blame each other for different things that they're not following through on. This is something that's been a structural problem for a long time. Doesn't matter who's in place. I don't remember, I don't want to throw no names, but I remember that there was $10,000 all of a sudden lost, right? That was out of the treasurer's office. It wasn't like this. Those are structural mechanisms, check and balances that these are things that have been happening for quite some time out of that office. No blame to anyone. I'm not trying to say that it's anyone's fault because that's an elected position. It was an elected position. You know what I'm saying? So that means anybody can run for it. You can have no qualifications and run and win. Now we've changed that and we've tried to rectify that. The idea of what we're trying to do now is to try to map out what it's going to look like in the future. It doesn't have to look that way. It can look different. It can change. It can alter. It can pivot. But the idea is we're saying the same thing, except that we're saying CAFO and Modernization Act, and you're saying treasurer and have them plan it. We want to plan now. You want to plan later. And then the other piece is, I agree, I want a CFO too, but that's not what's in front of us. It's the actual CAFO piece. I kind of wanted to reiterate that and just remind the public that whatever we decide, we're not holding up the treasurer because we already have the language for that. We already met for that. The whole thing is that it's all supposed to run in together. That's the idea. We're all running together. It's not holding it up, because if I put the treasurer forward and we vote on that and later on we change the rules, then everything, same thing that Councilor Jourdain was just trying to do. Like, why are we going to vote ahead of something, and then if we change it, then we got to change that too. That's the idea with the treasurer. It's not nobody trying to hide it or not putting it on the agenda on purpose. It's on. If you actually look at the treasurer piece on the agendas, you can see every time it's been tabled, it's been on every meeting almost for like the last 6 months. So to say that we've been hiding it in February, that's not true. That is not a lie. It's not true. You can look at the agenda item. It'll tell you how many times it's been tabled.
We've been doing so good, guys.
I understand.
I understand.
But I'm just trying to point it out that, like, I'm not playing any games here. Literally just putting it forward. If it ends up being the treasurer, we have a meeting tomorrow about that. If it ends up being that, then it ends up being that. But then what is the plan? Because I'm not hearing one. I'm just hearing that you need to block this to create the treasurer, and then the treasurer, whoever that is, will create the plan. And if that's the faith we want to have and we want to live on that, that's great. I appreciate that. That's cool.
Thank you.
Have a good.
I have Councilor McGrath-Smith and then Councilor Givner for a second time.
Thank you, Madam President. I want to state, we have in this letter that it says that we have lack of basic accounting skills. But the problem right now, in terms of these overlapping roles, is that our treasurer is doing way more than basic accounting. Our treasurer is expected to handle our investments, our bonds, our loans. They're expected to do financial forecasting. They're expected to be doing a lot more than just basic accounting. So maybe that's been the problem. We don't have someone that can just do basic accounting. We have someone that we're asking to do a lot more than that. Let's let the treasurer be the treasurer. Let's let them do basic accounting. And let's return all of the myriad other roles and responsibilities that we've asked our treasurer to take on to other roles and responsibilities that make sense. So, we have Councilor Rivera saying, well, what is the plan? I'm hearing Councilor Jourdain describe the plan, and it's to work with someone like TJ Plant, who strangely enough, like we're asking him to take on the role of CAFO, and to work with the state's independent auditor to do functions that we're currently naming would be owned by the Director of Internal Audit and our comptroller. We are trying to create roles in the finance department that are doing the things that we're now asking outside people to come in and do, rather than fix the problem structurally so that we can do this ourselves and do it in perpetuity. Right now, what we're walking into is a potential very costly Band-Aid where TJ Plant and his firm and the state independent auditor are going to be able to charge whatever they need to back charge us in order to try to reconcile the books back and move us forward. And then what? It's not like it's bad once. So that contract's gonna end, the state maybe gets us solid, and then that support's gonna evaporate, and then we're gonna repeat the same process. And we're gonna be back here again. I think it's clear by naming that we have a lot of widespread support in this room for TJ Plant and his team and for state independent auditor, that we're naming that we do need people doing different kinds of work than who we currently have. But I don't hear willingness to make that structural. I don't know if it's because folks are afraid of change. I don't know if it's just because the mayor supported it, and so we want to be against that in an election season. I don't understand why we're not willing to try to make structural changes ourselves so our finances work long term, rather than bring on very expensive outside partners to fix us right now. It will not last. It's not a one-time issue. Thank you.
Thank you. I do have Councilor Givner next, but Councilor Anderson Burgos has his hand up for the first time, so I'm going to allow him to go first. Councilor Anderson Burgos.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm pleading to this council. I'm begging you guys. I'm literally begging you, and let me tell you, that's not something that you hear me do on this city council. I don't beg, but I'm pleading and begging find a compromise, please. Let's come together. What's the worst that can happen? We have to do this for Holyoke. We gotta make a change. I truly feel in my heart that this is what we need at this time. Please just compromise. Let's come together and pass this. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to reiterate that, all the contractors that we hire in place of full-time roles does not save the city money. Without repeating some of Councilor McGrath-Smith's points, I did want to mention that we have a tendency to hire contractors in place of full-time employees. And right now we're basically paying, TJ Plant most of a full year CAFO salary. So that doesn't make sense to me at all, to hire a contractor for a shorter period of time instead of hiring a CAFO under contract for a full period of time. That doesn't make sense to me at all. In 2007, the formal letter to the city noting that cash accounts and general ledgers had not been reconciled for several years was stated, and that internal controls were weak. That was 2007. Internal controls. If we had someone that people answer to about the finances, that would be the person in charge. So when you're looking to blame somebody, there would be a person. And I think that's something that we keep reiterating. You need somebody in charge of these things. In 2015, the DLS published a full review of financial management structure, identifying that the mayor's ability to coordinate key financial functions was limited. Again, if you have a CAFO, a CFO, whoever, a head administrative finance person that people have to answer to, it would be their fault. And they would be able to account for these things, and they would be able to answer these questions. The treasurer would answer to them. I don't understand why we would think that we would want to hire a treasurer to help hire their boss. That doesn't make sense to me, even a tiny bit. In 2020, the DLS issued another update, the financial management update, noting that many of the same issues from 2007 and 2015 remained in place. That's 5 years after the previous. That's ridiculous. Again, if we had made these changes then, we wouldn't be here now. And then again, 2023, as much as we'd like to blame our current treasurer for everything that's been happening, the DLS released a financial policy manual to strengthen controls, centralize oversight, and set unified standards. What a great idea. Looks like we're trying to do that. I'm not sure what the pushback is to having a modern financial structure in City Hall in Holyoke. It would be so helpful to us. We waste so much money paying outside consultants to help us figure out our finances in the Treasury Department or in the Treasurer's office and in other offices throughout the city. We need to hire qualified people, yes. We need a qualified treasurer, yes. And we also need one person who's in charge of the finances of the city, just like most cities, just like most institutions, just like businesses. This is a business. It needs to be run properly with accountability. So I'm voting in favor of this. I just don't understand where the pushback is coming from, because we're spending the money either way. We could spend it on somebody that we have full-time, who we have a relationship with, who's here, who we can ask questions to, who we can invite into the chambers, or we can, keep hiring consultants and just throwing the money out the window. Thank you.
Okay, I have Councilor Bacon.
Thank you. I've been trying to honor your request and not relitigate the 5, 10, 15 meetings we have had on this matter. So for myself, I will just refer the public to the committee meetings that I have made my points in. I will not make them all again tonight, but I stand by every one that I made. But I don't feel the need to say them for about the 10th time. So thank you, and on the motion.
If is this okay with everyone, can I just say one sentence? If we could just suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules to allow the president to chime in.
I can't.
Thanks, everyone. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just literally one sentence. I just want everyone to know, no matter how it goes, tonight I held my nose and voted for those charter changes in the spirit of compromise. And that's all I'll say. So, on the motion was to, I think we have discussed this more than enough. I would entertain, I'm so sorry, Councilor Sullivan.
Yeah, I just want to make one quick point, because I've heard some mentions about how much we're spending on consultants, and I call everybody's attention to our Finance Committee meeting. The question was directly asked of TJ Plant. Salary range for a CAFO. Everybody wants a qualified CFO in here. The salary range to get somebody is going to be $150,000 to $200,000. All right? So let's all keep that in mind. All right? The salary range for a qualified treasurer will be $120,000 to $150,000. So we pass all of this through because both the CFO, which I am in favor of, the treasurer, which I am very much in favor, and I'm just can't believe that we still haven't done it. But if we stay with the same salary ranges we have now, we're not going to get a qualified person, regardless of all of the discussions on both sides here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Everyone's spoken twice,
Motion
so
to pass the first reading.
motion is to pass the first reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Not seeing any other, well, on the first, motion to pass the first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay,
Okay, motion to pass the second reading. My bad.
a motion to pass the second reading.
I second it.
Motion to the passage. No, they got to go and then I go again.
You're the chair.
All right, motion is that the passage be ordained. I thought they had taught. Well, go ahead.
Well, no, we just had to, we were going in the right
Oh,
direction.
all right.
I don't know what
You're looking at
happened.
me like.
Yeah.
On the second reading.
On the second reading, the motion was made and seconded to pass the second reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
No, a motion that
opposed?
the passage be ordained.
And the motion that the passage be ordained, the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt 25. We do need 9 votes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
No.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
No.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
No.
Jordan,
No.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy and Bloody,
Yes.
Ocasio,
No.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
8 yeas, 6 nays, 5 nays.
Got his hand up.
5, yeah. 8 nays, 8. I said that right? Yeah, 8 nays, 5 yays. With that, other way around. 8 yays, 5 nays. Thank you. So with that, it does not pass. I see Councilor Anderson Burgos' hand is up.
Yeah, I want to make a motion to reconsider the charter changes.
I need some numbers.
Point of order, real quick.
There's a point of order. Please state your point of order.
Are we, just to clarify, is it, and maybe I'm using the wrong terminology, but like, are we sure it's charter changes or this modernization act?
Charter changes.
Okay.
Charter changes.
All right. All right.
Okay,
Then.
I'll let the maker of the motion.
No, you got it.
answer
Thank
that, for sure. So the motion was made and seconded to reconsider our action on charter changes, but like I don't exactly know what that means. So hold on one second. Is that?
Let's just vote on it.
We have a really long agenda.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I understand. Do you have like? If you're trying, I don't know.
There's several of them. That's why I'm looking. $15.
We didn't. 15's laid on the table.
Oh, that's right. No, sorry, I see that. That was 16.
Okay, so you.
Point of order, was there a second and votes to reconsider?
Yeah, was
There was a second. Yep. The point of order is noted, but there was a second. So now I guess I need some more clarity. I can't, like, I don't know what your order is. I apologize, but
No,
do you just want
so
16 or, I'm trying to move this forward, so.
There's a few, so I'm just going to call it out. So we have been working with a certain counselor, not gonna call names, and there was a compromise.
Are you swearing? Come on. I'm not, this isn't me. You don't have to swear at me.
Swear, I asked the question. I said, is this a motion?
I'm sorry. I'm like losing it up here. I apologize, Councilor
I don't
Jordan.
swear.
I misheard you. It's just me that swears. I apologize. You didn't, I really thought I heard otherwise. Councilor Rivera? Can we all just chill? Councilor Jordan, hold on, please. Councilor Anderson Burgos, please wait. Councilor Jordan, I want to apologize.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Councilor Anderson Burgos, I need you to help me out here because I really want to move this meeting forward. I get in the spirit of what you're trying to do, but like I need some motions or we need to move forward because I'm not quite sure what is on the floor right now.
So what I was trying to get to before I was rudely interrupted, there were orders, there was charter changes that were compromised. The compromise to passing this, what didn't make it through, right? There was a compromise that if we made these charter changes, that certain councilors would agree to pass this. And all of a sudden, now it's not. You know what? I am tired, and you're right. At the end of the day, come November, the city of Holyoke has to make these changes. So I withdraw my.
Okay, that's fine. And honestly, I hear you. I get it. I'm feeling the same way, but I just want to get this meeting over with. And now I know how folks feel about compromise. So I got it.
Motion to take item 26 off the table? Or, sorry.
Motion's been made and seconded to take, do you want to take 26, 27, and 28 together as a package?
To the chair.
Okay.
Second.
Chair Rivera, say yes.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take 26, 27, and 28 as a package. Just on that, we'll vote on taking them as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 26 is ordinance that the city council approve the changes to the ordinance, chapter 86, stop streets, associated implementation of stop control. Recommended that the order be adopted. 27 is the committee on ordinance, that the council approve the changes to the code of ordinances, chapter 86 related to stop streets. And 20, which is also recommended that the order be adopted. And 28 is that the committee on ordinance, to whom was referred an order that various traffic schedules contained in Holyoke Code of Ordinances be changed and updated by the as required by the upcoming city center connector project. Recommended that the order be adopted. Who's taking this? Councilor Rivera.
Right? I think I'm the chair. I should.
Yeah, I know, but Councilor McGrath was making the order, so I didn't know.
Nah, that's cool.
So go for it.
It's cool. I was getting the chocolate. I needed some more candy to keep going. So the orders between 25 and 27 were all recommendations. Is it 25? Not 25. 26. All recommendations that came through the assistant city engineer. She came in and presented how updating, like I think specifically for some of these is updating some of the streets and putting them on. And then some of them is all-way stop signs. But she came in and explained the reasons, and we all recommended for it to be adopted. I believe they were all 5-0, but if I'm wrong, someone can correct me. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. And I guess motion to pass the first reading?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass the first reading. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Motion to pass the second reading.
Second.
Motion to pass the second reading. Is there any other discussion?
Motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion that the passage be ordained.
Second.
Motion that the passage be ordained. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt 26, 27, and 28. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Thank you. Just want to get that on record. The clerk will call the roll.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Rainey?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
With that, you've passed 26, 27, and 28, to be clear.
And take a motion and take up item 29.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to take up item 29. 29 is the Committee on Ordinance, to whom is referred an order that the position of Chief Administrative and Financial Officer be created and added to Schedule A. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Councilor Rivera?
Thank you. The idea of this order being complied with was originally because it was packaged into the the municipal modernization, the financial municipal modernization document. Now that it didn't pass, it's different. So ultimately, that was the idea of recommending it to be complied with. That's it, pretty much.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion to pass the first, or no, it's just complied with?
Yep, comply with.
Great, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, 30 is,
I'll entertain a motion to take up 30 and 31 as a package.
motion's been made and seconded to take items 30 and 31 as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 30 is ordinance, referred in order that City Council adopt the attached draft ordinance establishing the role of the parliamentarian. And 31 is that the position of combined treasurer tax collector be created by ordinance and added to Schedule A, grade 14. Both of these orders were recommended given leave to withdraw. Councilor Rivera?
Yes, so 30 originally was, to my understanding, it was created out of the understanding of us coming together and working on the modern municipalization document and kind of like exchanging and working things out. And this was a request of a particular counselor that felt strongly about this. In the meeting, one of the committee members also felt strongly opposed to this, and the vote came up, and it was voted down. I believe 3 or 4-1, or voted for it to be given leave to withdraw 4-1, and then 31. This is the combined treasurer tax collector position to be created by ordinance, but this was also incorporated into the package. So it made no sense to do it on its own because we were already going to do it in the package. But again, but we've given it leave to because of that we decided at the meeting to give it leave to withdraw because it would be a duplication. But aside from that, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other discussion? Councilor Jordan?
Yeah, Madam President, I really am at a loss to understand why the council would not want to have a parliamentarian of the city council. Essentially, in the absence of that, what we've come to learn is that the law department is effectively serving as the parliamentarian of the city council. Whenever there isn't an understanding of the rules, then we're leaning on the law department to weigh in on what the rules are. And this puts them, I think, in a precarious position. One, they're appointees of the mayor, and it's putting them in a difficult spot to be ruling on these rules issues. This was to assist the president and to make sure that we have someone who professionally knows Robert's Rules of Order, is available to help the president, whoever that may be, to make these determinations on rules and to keep the law department out of being in the difficult position of weighing in on council rules. So this was something that I felt looked like everybody was supportive of, apparently, clearly not. And the mayor had offered to put the money here forward to do this. So I'll just say, I guess this is item at least number 5 or 6 of the compromise package that has been defeated. So it's not, this is at least item number 5 in that package of items that was ultimately not approved. So that's fine. But I guess we go back to where we are today, which is we just have the law department weighing in on all these rules issues and take it as it comes. So that's the alternative. Thank you.
Thank you. I saw Councilor Rivera's hand.
Yeah. So again, I'd be honest with you. I think for the most part, there were a couple counselors that were actually supportive of it. I one in the beginning was, but a colleague, a committee member, actually brought up some points that were very strong and poignant. And I kind of wish you had been there to kind of like be able to counter the points, so that way the conversation might have spun a little differently. But because of the points that were made that day, it kind of swayed the position of some of the other people. That just not that just to clarify, like it's not that people weren't in agreement with it, because they kind of were. It was just someone made a point that day and there wasn't a counter to it. So because of that, the vote was taken and it was gone in that direction.
Thank you. On the motion to give leave to withdraw.
Second.
Oh, I apologize, Councilor
Can
Bacon.
we just vote on them separately, please?
Whatever you'd like.
Thank you.
So item 30 is the giving leave to withdraw to the role of the parliamentarian. All those in favor? Councilor Jordan? Yep.
I did want to just point out, though, I have attended past ordinance meetings on this issue.
Sure.
Wasn't at the last of the last meetings
Got it.
on this issue. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's fine. Whatever works. 30 is give leave to withdraw, which is the parliamentarian. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
No.
Okay. Item 31 is, item 31 is the Committee on Ordinance, to whom was referred an order that position of combined treasurer tax collector is created by ordinance and added to Schedule A, grade 14. Recommended that the order be given leave to withdraw. Anything you want to add, Councilor Rivera?
I guess yes. Like originally, I would have just said no, but yes, because of the fact that the other I get it tongue twisted with that all the time. The Modern Municipal Act didn't pass. For me, if it was I'm gonna vote to not give it leave to withdraw, because I would want to have that in the package still ready and send it back to the ordinance committee to couple it with the treasurer position, because if we can do treasurer tax collector and save money and then later on bring someone in like we're suggesting as a CAFO or a CFO or whatever in the future, that would make sense for us in the long term. So I don't want to take that option off the table, but that I'm just one vote.
Okay, thank you. On the motion to give leave to withdraw, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
No. Right.
Voice
Guys
vote?
have it. You want to do a voice vote? Sounded the same as last time.
Okay.
Unless you really want one, I'll do. If you have a second, I'll do it. If you want.
Are you ruling it passing or not?
I'm ruling that it was given leave to withdraw.
I would love a vote of hands.
Okay.
If it's
So if you vote that you would like to give it leave to withdraw, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, so that is given leave to withdraw. Thank you, ordinance. We're heading into development and government relations. 32 is the Committee on Development and Government Relations, to whom was referred a special permit application for a home occupation of Kristen Fontaine for a cottage kitchen to bake bread at 1 Meadow Street. Recommended that the special permit be granted with the following conditions. Hours of operation would be Saturday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. The applicant will provide business certificate and permit from the Board of Health. The applicant will restrict parking of customers to the driveway. Councilor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. So we had already spoken about this in City Council. We had sent it back for that additional restriction on her permit, and before that happened, the applicant had already sent in her business certificate and Board of Health permit. So the only change is that the applicant has this parking restriction so that any customer stopping by would pull into her driveway. So I'm recommending that this be adopted.
Is there any other discussion? Councilor Rivera?
Yes, I watched the meeting and I wasn't able to chime in because I was in class actually, so I was doing two things at the same time. But I'm confused as to like, what would be the difference of someone just coming to visit her house and parking on the side of the house?
Councilor Givner, are you asking
Like,
that to Councilor Givner?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm not answering that, but are you asking the chair?
Yes, to the chair, my bad. Through the president, to
Yep.
the Madam President.
We're just going to all get in the habit of doing that.
Nah, we're working on it. We should be
Yeah, I
doing this.
know,
Robert's
it's good.
rules.
Councilor Givner, would you like to answer that?
Sure. It was the opinion of several counselors that adding this restriction would help curb traffic in on a neighborhood side street. So I don't think it's that much different, but I mean, if that person had a couple cars pull up at the same time, they'd be expected to pull into the driveway and not park in front of her house.
So if she threw like a little house party for her kid's birthday party, they'd have to park in the driveway?
No, only to pick up bread.
Only to pick
If
up
you're
bread.
picking up bread, you pull in the driveway.
So the neighbor would know that automatically?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's only a Saturday business. That's all the permit is for. And it's only a 1-year permit, so
Yeah. It's just crazy because it's a public street. Anybody can park anywhere, but thank you.
Sounds good. Anyone else? All right, so item 32, the motion was that the special permit be granted with the following conditions, and I already read them. I believe, Madam Clerk, is this a roll call vote? Or, okay. So the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to grant the special permit with the conditions.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
No.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
yes.
Graney?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
12 yeas, 1 nay.
With that, you've passed item 32, granting the special permit with conditions. Item 33 is the Committee on Development and Government Relations, to whom was referred an order to declare 569 South Bridge Street surplus. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Givner?
Thank you, Madam President. So this was actually taken up together with item 34, if we want to suspend the rules and take them up as a package.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take item 34 with 33 as a package. And 34 is also declaring a parcel on South Bridge Street as surplus property. And that was also recommended that the order be adopted. So just on that motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? To take them together, just to take them together. Councilor Givner?
So this is being purchased as part of the South Holyoke Homes project by the HHA. So this would be phase 4 of that project. And Matt Mainville from Holyoke Housing Authority came in with Aaron Vega, and they talked about, how the project's been going and this project is pretty much planned out. So this was the most likely next step is acquiring these parcels to continue and finish through phase 4 of this development.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, so on the motion to adopt 33 and 34, the clerk will call the roll, and if you vote yes, you are voting to adopt 33 and 34.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Graney?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes, I spoke ahead of time. My bad.
I was like, wait, did I hear an echo on my name?
Your voice got a little lower.
You want to be me? It's okay, I get it.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you've passed 33 and 34. Those have been adopted and declared surplus. All right, we're going to head into the orders that were from the last meeting. Please don't discuss them further if they're getting referred to committee. Please, I'm begging you. 35 is from myself. It's just an order that the city approve of a sidewalk easement for the gas and electric on Ray Street for the purposes of installation of electrical conduit ordinance. That makes sense. I think that's what I,
All right. Ordinance?
is it? That's what I had assumed, but
All right.
when they reached out. Okay, if not, we'll send it somewhere else. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 36 is filed by Councilor Rivera, an order that the special education department within the school department be invited to a joint meeting of the school committee and city council to provide an update on measures taken to mitigate turnover of specialized special education staff. Referred to the joint
committee.
committee?
Could I be added to that?
Sure.
Yes, you may. If I may, Madam President,
Yes.
real quick, whenever that comes up, can you let me know?
Of course.
Councilor Jordan?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Whether I'm here or not.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 37 is filed by Councilor Rivera that the DPW place a sign at the intersection of Center Street and East Dwight Street,
Ordinance?
informing drivers that autistic children reside in the residence. Ordinance?
Do you want
Or,
to receive, adopt, and ask?
I would like that. Receive,
Okay.
adopt, and ask DPW to put the sign.
receive, adopt, and send to
'Cause,
DPW.
the resident actually put a sign up themselves. So I told them, I can fix that for you.
Okay, perfect. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 38 is filed by Councilor Rivera that the Parks and Rec Director appear before the Public Safety Committee to discuss the potential upgrade of Pena Park located in Ward 1. Public safety.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 39 is filed by Councilor Rivera, ordered that a handicap sign be placed outside of 167 Elm Street.
Ordinance.
Sent to ordinance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 40 is filed by, I apologize, that last one was filed by Councilor Jenny Rivera. My apologies. 40 is filed by Councilor Jenny Rivera. Ordered that the city clerk be invited to appear before city council to provide a detailed overview of campaign rules and regulations, including requirements and procedures related to election days. DGR? It feels like DGR, but whatever you want as the maker of the order.
DGR sounds right.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 41 is filed by Councilor Jenny Rivera. Order that the DPW, in coordination with Department of Public Safety and Traffic Commission, take the following actions to improve pedestrian safety. I won't read them all. Crosswalk installation, no turn on red signage, and pedestrian signal timing. Send to
Public
Public Safety.
Public safety?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 42 is filed by Councilor Bacon. Order to place a permanent speed feedback sign on a pole on Southampton Road near Fur Lane.
I think it might be already there.
Oh. Do you?
So I think I'll say complied with, and I'll double check.
Okay. So that is complied with. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 43 is filed by Councilor Bacon. Order, please add no engine brake sign at the bottom of the hill on Southampton Road, approaching Fur.
Receive, adopt, and send to DPW.
Receive, adopt, and send to DPW. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 44 is filed by Councilor Bacon. Order that we request our state delegation submit a bill similar to Senate bill to protect Floridians from geoengineering and weather modification by Senator Ileana Garcia.
EGR.
To send to DGR. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 45 is filed by Councilor Bacon. Order that we review and amend the sign ordinance as needed to reduce the increased posting of a variety of signs on public property and other changes that may be offered. Send to ordinance.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moved. 46 is filed by Councilor Bartley. The city removed tree stump in city-owned tree belt proximate to 75 Elmwood Avenue.
Yeah, I just need to make an amendment. It should be 75 Lawler.
Oh.
Lawler Street. That was my mistake. So if I could just, I'll make a motion to amend that to Lawler Street.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to amend 46 to 75 Lawler Street. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
And then the
opposed?
motion
And
would be to receive and adopt and refer to the city forester and the conservation department, please.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to receive, adopt, and send to the city forester and the conservation commission, or director, sorry, did I miss here? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Madam President, I think you can take, just out of sense of time, 47, 48, and 50. I think they can all go to ordinance, and the rest of the places I referred on there.
Okay, so 47, 48, and 50.
50, yes.
Motion to suspend the rules, take as a package, and refer to ordinance.
Second.
I'll just briefly read them. Well, let's first vote on that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 47 is filed by Councilors Bartley, Graney, and Ocasio, that the city of Holyoke adopts MGL Chapter 40, Section 22A and a quarter, which grants authority to municipalities to designate a parking space at City Hall for veterans. So that is to ordinance. 48 is also filed by Councilor Bartley. If the local option is adopted, that the city of Holyoke create by ordinance a designated parking space for veterans at City Hall. And 50 is filed by Councilor Bartley. The crosswalk and pedestrian signal on Homestead Ave at HCC's main gate remains in limbo. And so that's also referred to ordinance and asked for communication within 30 days. And it's got the engineer, the fire alarm division.
Yeah, just a motion to approve is written.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 49 is filed by Councilor Bartley, that the city of Holyoke applied to the legislature for a home rule petition that allows the city to expand the use of MGL Chapter 40, Section 22A and 3/4, which grants authority to municipalities to designate a parking space at City Hall for veterans. Refer to charter and rules.
Yes, that's the motion.
All right.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 51 is filed by Councilors Bartley, Jordan. We did that. Just kidding. 52 was filed by Councilor Bartley, that HPD enforce compliance with stop sign at intersection of Lawler and Martin Streets. Several complaints were recently received.
A motion be receive and adopt and refer to the Holyoke Police Department, please.
Second.
Receive, adopt, and send to HPD. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Let's see. 53, filed by
Motion to
Councilor.
take 53 and 54 as a package.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take items 53 and 54 together as a package. 53 is a transfer request for $12,098.10 from fire captain, lieutenant, and firefighter to injured on duty. And 54 is that it's also a transfer request. It's for $9,830.34 from fire captain, fire lieutenant, and firefighter to injured on duty. Councilor Devine?
Yep, both of these are injured on duty and they should be passed tonight. The first one is for the pay period of number 6, and the second one is pay period number 7.
Okay.
Motion to pass the first reading.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass the first reading. All those in favor? Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pass second reading.
Second.
Motion to pass the second reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, wait,
Roll
no.
call.
A roll call. Getting back to ordinance land. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to approve 53 and 54 financial transfers.
Anderson Burgos?
Sullivan?
Sullivan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sullivan,
That
yes.
was, yeah.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Yes.
Rainey, Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Carmen Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 53 and 54.
Motion to suspend rules, take up 55, 56, and 57. Looks like they're all going to finance.
Okay. Motion has been made, and I think I heard a second. Did I hear a second?
Okay.
Okay, that we suspend the rules, take 55, 56, and 57 together as a package and send to finance. Is that correct? 55 is that the city council accept the provisions of the Mass Department of Transportation donation of $73,615. And it's going to, the revenue will be used towards funding to support All-Way Stop initiative for 7 intersections in the city. How exciting. 56 is that the city council appropriate a transfer request for $900 from property R&M building and DPW admin contracted services. That is number 56. And 57 is an order filed by Councilor Devine that the City Council accept the provisions of the Holyoke Economic Development Industrial Corporation $30,000 donation. And those 3 would be sent to finance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Communications. What? Oh, yeah, so we're at 9:55.
We're at 9:55.
The time.
Oh,
Time flies when you're having a blast. Am I right, guys?
seriously, it doesn't feel like 3 hours, to be honest with you.
I know. So what do you guys want to do? I'm
Motion to
not.
extend another 15 minutes, and
Second.
then we'll see where that takes us.
Should we do like 15 after 10, you mean?
Yeah, 10:15.
Okay.
That sound good? Yeah.
So the motion was made and seconded to suspend the rules and extend the meeting until 10:15. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Let's do this, guys. 58 is a communication from Mayor Josh Garcia, open meeting law complaint filed.
Motion to receive.
Motion to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 59 is from attorney. Do you guys want to do?
Motion to suspend rules and take up 59 and 60 as a package and receive.
Motion has been made and seconded to suspend the rules, take 59 and 60 as a package and receive. 59 is from Attorney Mantaleski. They're both from Attorney Mantaleski. One is a legal opinion on the noise reduction for religious organizations, and 60 is the opinion on ability to censure counselors for disruption in meetings. The motion was to receive. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 61 is from our Director of Conservation and Sustainability, Yoni. This is the Holyoke Mitigation Plan update. It's a letter to the council, and it's got a few items with it.
Do we have to vote on it, or do we
yes.
just receive it?
It needs to go to committee to
Okay.
be voted on, I believe.
Okay, so
I
would it go to public safety?
It's a grant, right?
I was thinking
It's
DGR.
Should go to
but
finance, right?
It's a plan update.
It's the hazard mitigation plan update, so
Public safety?
Oh, I see.
we could do that, yeah.
It's just a report on a grant
Yeah,
we
an
received.
update.
But I think we do have to vote on a resolution. If my conversation with Yoni serves me correctly.
All right.
So send to public safety. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 62 is from the planning board, a notice.
Motion to suspend rules and take up 62 and 63 as a package. They're both
Okay.
decisions.
Yep. motion to suspend the rules and take 62 and 63 as a package. And did you say receive?
Yes.
Okay. 62 and 63 are both from the planning board. Their notice of decisions. 62 is for a fast food restaurant at 209 South Street. 63 is for 235 South Street. Motion was to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 64 is from Marco Crescentini. It's the proposal for chamber renovations.
Motion is send to finance, if it involves money.
Yes,
I think it did.
It was discussed in DGR, so I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to
it was.
send it there before.
Sure.
No, you want it to go to finance, Counselor? All the okay. Okay, we'll send it to finance. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 65 is,
Motion is suspend rules and take up 65, 66, 67, 68, and 69. They're all minutes.
thank
And
you.
receive.
Motion has been made and seconded to take items 65 through 69 together as a package and receive. They are all minutes or meeting notice. Okay, so 65 is for ACMJ. Does that have to go to ordinance? 65?
Those usually go to ordinance.
Similar to
Oh, is
the
that a
one-
marijuana?
Yeah, I
notice?
think so.
Oh, okay.
So we'll send
Send it to ordinance.
65 to ordinance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then we'll do 66 through 69 are minutes.
Receive.
And the motion was to receive. So 66 and 67 are from the Holyoke Health Benefit meeting, their meeting minutes. 68 is from the Fire Commission meeting minutes. And 69 is several meeting minutes from the Redevelopment Authority. The motion was to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Petitions, we've got 70 is a petition from residents on Brookwood Road to accept as a public way. Does that go to Councilor McGrath-Smith?
Thank you, Madam President. This is a road that, if you're driving down Route 5, is on the right, and it extends down and has one house at the end. In the middle of the road, there is a small dam and a bridge that is in between Route 5 and the railroad tracks down by the river. This is one of those county road discontinuation properties where the city was informed that the right steps had never been taken for it to be taken on as a city road. So
Where
they're
would you like it
petitioning
sent?
to be laid out. As it's explained to me by Victoria Hool, the right step is for us to send it to the Board of Public Works with a copy to the Planning Department.
Okay.
Okay, so, second.
And then for us to be able to vote to approve, to approve it, that we give our assent to it as well.
Okay, so is it going to a city council subcommittee?
I don't think there's a,
We're gonna have to eventually go.
Eventually, but for now, we'll send it to
So-
DPW or to the Board of Public Works
Maybe with a copy to,
with a
ordinance,
copy.
Send it to some committee or it's.
yeah, I would like it to also go to, let's say, public safety then, I
Public
guess.
safety
Okay, so we'll send it to Public Safety. We'll send a copy to the Board of Public
and planning board, yeah.
Board of Public Works. Please hold on one second. I'm in the middle of a thought and I already lost it. What's up? Councilor Grady. Okay, it's fine.
So send to public safety with a copy to the Board of Public Works and the planning board.
Yes.
Okay. Who else has?
I'm just
Counselor-
confused. Like if they,
There's a companion order that goes along with this too.
I'm just confused because if it does get approved, right, would it have to go through ordinance or it doesn't have to go through ordinance?
I will say that laying
they
out
approve the
roads in
street.
our rules, it has to be adopted into ordinance.
Right.
But it also says that issues with roads go to public safety in our rules.
Very convoluted.
So it says both. If you look
I
at
had
our,
that argument before
Yes,
when I was on public
exactly.
safety chair.
With
It's
Linnea.
very unclear, and it's something I really would like us to look into in terms of making sure that there's clarity.
I'm on the public safety committee anyway, so then, but how about do a letter to us too, a notification to us, a copy to us?
If we
And
send
I'm
us a
sorry.
copy that can't be acted
No, that's
on,
fine.
but it can, sorry. If we send it public safety, then public safety can send it here and then back to ordinance. There you go.
I'll
You guys
second
good?
that.
Everyone good?
Yeah, we figured it out.
Okay, I'll just sit down.
That's it.
All right.
Facility.
Wherever it's going, where's it going? Because I need to
Public
say it into
safety.
the record.
Public safety.
Okay, public
said it.
safety with a copy to the Board of Public Works. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 71 is a petition for a marijuana retail establishment sent to ordinance.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 72 is a petition for a home occupation permit for 57 Taylor Street for wood window restoration sent to DGR. Is that right? I thought we did. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I am going to keep my president's report so quick just to tell you guys that I was able to connect with folks from. I talked to the mayor a little bit, and the state met. He met with the mayor and the treasurer and the auditor last week, and because we've made a little tiny bit of progress right now, they are allowing us to move forward with setting the tax rate. So in Deb's communication, she mentioned the 18th. As of right now, that's still the plan. But if you remember last time, there are things that are out of my control. I will inform you all as soon as possible if anything changes. But that's the goal for right now. We'll see. But the state has given us permission to move forward with setting the tax rate. And I was told by I go to those monthly finance department head meetings that with the state's permission to have us move forward, we shouldn't have a problem getting, if we set the rate, we can get the third and fourth quarter bills out in December. As that's the last meeting that with the mayor involved and with the state and everything. So I'm just the messenger. If you guys want more details, you can reach out to me or whomever, but that's the update that I've got right now. And a friendly reminder from our clerk that the last day to register to vote is the 25th. Is that right? Yep. And early voting is happening. Thanks to all of you and your vote. Early voting is happening next week, 8:30 to 4:30 here at City Hall. Did I get all that right, Brenna?
You did.
Okay, thank you. So that's all I've got for right now. Councilor Jordan.
Yeah, one announcement I was asked to pass along is next Wednesday at 1:30, the Senior Center is having an invitation. Again, 1:30 next Wednesday for any candidates for City Council if they would like to come and speak to the seniors. So again, that's the 29th, 1:30 Senior Center for all candidates.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I've got. Councilor Devine?
I was talking to Neve the other day, and she didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, I got that from one of the seniors. They asked me.
Okay, I'm just
passed
letting you
along the
know that
message.
the director doesn't know.
Well, we can have someone follow up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's it. We are at 10:06, so we've got 9 minutes recording. So keep that in mind. We're gonna head into reports of committees, and then we'll do. All right. So 73 is the Committee on Finance, to whom was referred an order that the City Council approve for their consideration $15,000 from the CPA budget to be used for small grants as outlined in the attached letter from the Holyoke Community Preservation Committee. Councilor Devine.
This was for the CPA committee. It was approved in finance, and Jay was here, I think, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's all it is.
And
they're gonna, as time goes on, they'll report to us what they've used the money for.
Okay. I appreciate the brevity. Councilor Jordan?
Yeah, just briefly, I had an opportunity again to speak to Jay, and I think Jay's just doing such a tremendous job as the chair of this. I think we should, it's been a number of years since this has gone through, so try it, see how they do with it for this year. Obviously, people know normally the process is they make recommendations, we approve their recommendations. This is to allow them up to $3,000 on an individual grant. And we're sort of giving them pre-approval for those small grants. And we're going to see how it goes for this year. But again, Jay's running a great, and he's a great committee, and he's going to follow up with us on how this all went. So we'll see how it goes, and I think we should adopt this and give them the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Rivera?
Thank you. I just wanted to know, I say thank you and appreciate that we're allowing that, and kind of make the note that it's kind of been happening for a couple of years now. This is not the first time that that's happened. Like,
Thank you.
when I was on the committee for CPA, they was doing it, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. I think that, just to be clear, I believe it was 5 years ago, it was 20 and 21 it occurred. Yeah.
It's my understanding, this isn't like first reading and second reading with this. It's different. Okay.
Exactly.
So all those in favor of 73?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right.
Madam President?
Yes,
If we could
Councilor
take up
Devine?
Items 74 through 80. That corresponds with what we had in finance, which was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10.
Okay.
And I can report on those.
So motion was made and seconded to take items 74 through 80, right?
Yep.
Through 80 as a package. They are all being recommended that they have been complied with. I will briefly read them into the record. They are communications. One is from Mayor Garcia regarding letters from DLS. 75, is from Mayor Garcia, letter from DLS. 76 is a communication from Mayor Garcia. The letter from the DLS, notice of actions necessary for conformity. And 77 is in order to receive the contract and scope with Open Architects for TJ Plant and the mayor to provide regular updates to the council on progress. Recommended that the order's been complied with as well. 78 is finance, and it was referred in order the mayor, auditor, and city treasurer provide an update to the city council on filing of Schedule A to DLS. 79 was an order that the mayor, auditor, city treasurer provide an update to city council on the closing of the fiscal year 24 and 25 audit and certification of free cash. And then 80 is an order that the treasurer, auditor, and mayor come to the finance to discuss why Schedule A year-end reconciliation for fiscal year 24 has not been yet filed with the state. All of these orders, 74 through 80, were recommended that they were complied with. Councilor Devine.
Yeah, the mayor and the treasurer were in, and we had, I think, a 3-hour discussion about all these in finance. And again, just to mention that the DLS has been asking for many years that we get a CAFO. 2007, 2015, 2020, and 2023. But we talked about them all, and they all are recommended that they've been complied with.
Okay. Councilor Jordan.
Yep. I've already released a statement relative to all of this. The DLS did not ask for a CAFO in 2017. It asked for an appointed treasurer, and that went to the ballot twice in 2011 and 2015 and was voted down by the public of Holyoke. In 2020, they recommended you should consider a CAFO. So that's the most recent, and obviously we're discussing that now and the potential for it. But I'll just rely back to my prior statement and what was said. I encourage all citizens to watch that Finance Committee meeting and to read the DLS letters and to follow the news reports over from November of 2024 to current, and to also go back and look at the hiring process that took place in 2022 for the current treasurer. So for people that really want to study what's occurred here, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councilor McGrath-Smith, I just want to note we're at 10:13, so I'm probably going to ask you guys to, we probably have to vote one more time.
I'll make a motion to extend the meeting for 15 minutes.
Was that what you were going to do?
It's all good.
Okay, to 10:30. Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to need to see a show of hands because I don't know. So please raise your hand if you vote to extend the meeting until 10:30.
You need
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
And one.
And one
Oh,
is 8.
8. 9. Thank you. That passes. Barely, but it passes.
Yeah, gotta move fast.
We are so close though, guys. So the motion was that 74 through 80 was complied with. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Then we've got 79. Nope, I'm so sorry. We're on 81. I literally just said that. My bad. 81 is the Committee on Charter and Rules, to whom was referred an order that City Council 9I be revised. Recommended that the order be adopted and amended to state subcommittees should not be allowed to meet at the same time, same night, unless previously approved by a vote of the full council. If a joint committee comprises a majority of the full council, then the council can call a committee of the whole. Councilor McGrath-Smith.
This was in response to just wanting to clarify when a committee, joint committee could be called, and also Councilor Bacon's very well taken point that was supported by our city solicitor, that we have to also be careful that when we have a joint committee, that it doesn't comprise a majority or larger of the council. And so his suggestion, along with Councilor Bacon, was we add the language, then the committee can call a committee of the whole.
Okay.
Thank you.
Councilor Jordan.
A friendly amendment. Can we, in that last sentence, change the word from can call a committee of the whole to should call a committee of the whole? Would you be, or shall? Yeah, I like that even better,
I'll
shall.
second that.
To change the word can to shall.
So there was a motion made to make an amendment to the rule to change the word can from shall. Under discussion, how about,
Yeah, just
I'll have
very-
Councilor Jordan, since he's making the motion.
Yeah, just very briefly, once you start getting to, we're actually a majority of the whole council, if not the whole council, then we really aren't a committee anymore. We're operating as the body. If you're gonna have a committee with 7, 8, 10 members on it, it should be a committee of the whole and operating in that manner. It shouldn't be, you have to be a minority of the council to be a committee. Otherwise, you're a majority of the whole body. That was I think, where the law department was coming from, and I do agree with that point.
Okay, I have Councilor McGrath-Smith and then Councilor Rivera. We're getting
My motion
dangerously
is to
close.
send it back to committee.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if we could do that because it doesn't seem like we're all on the same
Happy
page.
to, and we have another meeting coming up right.
We sure do. It's a 2-month charter and rules 2-meeting month in October. Lucky us. So send back to committee.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Now we are on 82, which is Charter and Rules, to whom was referred an order. City Council Rule 4 is amended This is related to late file orders. My favorite, recommended that the order has been complied with. Counselor McGrath-Smith.
This is in relation to another order that is coming to the body. I'm happy to give this complied with and us pass it now, or just table it and then take it up when the other comes to you next council meeting, so you can see the two together. But effectively, it's trying to address the late file issue.
Why don't we just have it be complied with if that's what you guys referred it out of committee as?
Okay.
All right.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and then 83 is also charter and rules, to whom is referred a communication from Counselor Vacan, open meeting law complaint, regarding majority of charter and rules members meeting privately in a working group. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Counselor McGrath-Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. We were able to talk to the law department, who said that they had reached out, had heard that it had been assigned to somebody, but still had not actually ruled on it. They would send it to us as soon as they had it.
Okay.
Can I have
Sorry, or
a
I
copy,
talked to the
please?
law department.
Hold on one second. I didn't hear. I have Counselor Vacan and then Counselor Devine.
I just want to note that really no committee of the council has any jurisdiction over it. It's strictly with the department, and these shouldn't really be sent to committee.
Yeah. Sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't.
I know.
Guess it
I
just
know,
depends on the
but-
topic. But all right. And then Counselor
Just want a
Devine.
copy of it.
Oh, you want a copy of what, the actual order?
No,
Or?
it's-
Oh, it was sent to you already.
Long ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, all right, motions. Oh, wait, sorry. So recommended that that order has been complied with. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motions, orders, resolutions. Can we take 84 and 85 as a package and send to DGR?
So moved. So
Oh, these are transfers of ownership. Those were surplus. Okay, so 84 and 85 to DGR. 84 is it's a transfer of ownership for South Bridge Street, as well. 85 is also transfer of ownership for 569 South Bridge Street. Refer to DGR. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 86 is filed by Counselor McGrath-Smith, ordered that animal control present options for disposal of roadkill on sidewalks, streets, and city properties. Would you like that just sent to the animal control officer, or do you want that sent to committee?
Public safety, please.
Public safety?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 87 is filed by Counselor McGrath-Smith, that a sidewalk be placed across Hamden Street at Arlington for school children. There's a bus stop. Send
It
to,
has to go to ordinance.
Ordinance.
I don't know if we, yeah,
Crosswalk?
we'll just send it there. I don't actually know if we need an ordinance for a crosswalk.
No?
But we'll send it to
I don't
her,
remember.
just to be safe. I can look into
I
that.
think so.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 88 is filed by Councilor McGrath-Smith, ordered that the city engineer, planning board, and DPW take action related to Brookwood Road.
This one will be the one that goes to ordinance.
Okay. Send to ordinance. Councilor Jordan?
Please add me as a co-sponsor.
Yes.
Adding Councilor Jordan. Send to ordinance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to suspend rules to take 89 and 90 as a package.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take 89 and 90 as a package. And I guess take final action tonight. They are both, one is in English, one is in Spanish, but 89 and 90 are filed by myself, and it is to declare that the municipal election in the city of Holyoke happened on Tuesday, November 4th, in several polling places as designated by the city council. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we've got the whole list. And 90 is the lists of the precincts and within each ward. Motion to
Madam President,
approve. Counselor Sullivan?
we may want to amend number 90 to get the date correct. It's November 2nd, 2021 is what's in.
Just kidding, that was my bad. Classic copy and paste. Can I amend to Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, because I have not figured out how to travel back in time. That's seconded. All right. All those in favor for that amendment? And then
Motion to approve is amended.
motion to approve is amended. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 91 is filed by myself, just rescheduling our Tuesday meeting in November to Thursday in November because of the municipal election, and I guess
to approve.
motion to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 92 filed by myself. Looks like a similar one perhaps to Counselor Bartley, and 98. So maybe we could just,
Motion to take up 92 and 98 as a package.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So 92 is, they're both related in asking the city to install street signage identifying Bigelow Street on the Cabot Street side. So receive, adopt, and refer to DPW, and then Public Safety Committee for follow-up. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 93 is filed by Counselor Jenny Rivera, ordered that the city council rules be amended to change current requirement during public comment, which asks speakers to state their full residential address, sent to charter and rules. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 94 is also filed by Counselor Jenny Rivera, order that the city council rules be amended to establish reasonable time limits, send to charter and rules. All those in favor?
Second?
Well,
Any-
second, and then,
Oh, sorry, thank you.
yeah,
Second, and then all those in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Let's see. 95 is filed by Councilors Bacon and Jordan. Order that request our outside auditor to provide an update on the status of the 23 and 24 audits in person or by written update as soon as possible.
Finance.
Send to finance?
Yes, finance, but also to the city
Outside
auditor.
auditor, yep.
To get a report from the outside auditor,
Okay.
which I believe is CBIZ.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 96 is
Abbreviated reading is acceptable to the mayor.
alrighty, perfect. 96 is filed by Councilor Bacon, and it's ordered that the city's solicitor provide a written legal opinion regarding the ruling of the solicitor's office on the validity of approval of the order for a $137,000 transfer from October 7th. Send to the law department. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 97 is filed by Councilor Bacon. Order that the Board of Health provide the City Council with an update on the effects of marijuana on the physical and mental health of residents since legalization in Massachusetts. Please send to Public Safety Committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Copy to the Board of Health.
With a copy to the Board of Health. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We did 98. 99 is filed by Councilor Bartley that DPW install a handicap parking sign for 18 Clark Street.
Ordinance.
Sent to ordinance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Copy to disability.
Was that?
Do we just send a copy to disability commission?
And with a copy to the Disabilities Commission. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? How about
Motion to suspend rules, take up 100 through 106.
100 through 106? Is there a second?
Finance.
And send to finance?
Pass the first reading and send to finance.
Okay. Motion is to pass the first reading and send to finance. I'm going to read these briefly. They're all filed by Councilor Devine. They are, no, they're not all transfer requests, but okay. So 100 is a transfer request of $5,000 from elections officers to print and binding. 101 is transfer request for senior project manager and OPED overtime. 102 is a transfer request for $3,322 in DPW. 103 is a grant acceptance for $390,000. And 104 is a grant that we accept the provisions of the MassDOT regular rapid flashing beacon pedestrian crosswalk assemblies donation. Estimated value $13,250. 105 is filed by Councilor Devine. It's that we accept the provisions of the fiscal year 26 dam and seawall program design and permit grant for $250,000 with a 10% match. And 10 is filed by Councilor Devine, a transfer request of $25,000 from workers' comp to dam and seawall program. Sent to finance and pass the first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Is there any, we have a late file?
There's one late file. I'm so sorry. And that is not in front of me. It is
From Alicia Zoller.
from Alicia Zoller. It was a late file because there is a public hearing coming up, and it is a notice of intent to request release of funds for tiered projects and programs. So now that is on the agenda and folks can take a look at it. So just receive.
Motion to
Motion to adjourn.
Motion
Second,
to-
sorry.
Motion to receive. Calm down. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to
Second.
adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Thank you.
Doesn't feel like that long.